Howdy, stunners. I'm Roo Jitteroo, and today we're gonna be a Western. Yes, we are. You wanna know what was taking me so long? Let me tell you what was taking me so long. Okay, this stupid hat. You know, I was trying to like squeeze it over my headphones, which is not the easiest feat. It's probably gonna pop off and fly across the room. But you know, at least it's fun for now. So I'm gonna hold on to it as long as I can. You know? It's already trying to pop off my head. But guess what? Okay, I'm kind of trying to like, you know, cosplay like MC, you know? Let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing. Number 1, Love and Fool's Gold. An outlaw, a cowboy, and a bounty hunter walk into a bar. Yep, that's the start of a really lame joke. It's the Wild Wild West, y'all. But something is wrong in this town. Also, how come the outlaw is watching me like that? The description of the game, it says he's watching from the shadows. Why? I don't know, but he's hot, so I'm kind of interested. Also, right after this game, we're going to play another game called Fool's Love. Date or death. We'll be running for our lives from the Fool's Gold monster. But what if we can charm him instead? So the first game is by Games with DNA, Love and Fool's Gold. The second game is by Yuno. You know I'm right. And that one is Fool's Love. So lots of fools. Fools being fools, fools being foolish, lots of monsters. We've got horror vibes, Western vibes, monsters. Yep, that's what today is all about. So if that sounds fun to you, it sounds fun to me, why don't we go ahead and get started? I'm gonna be option A. Hey there, girl. Okay, you know what? I could be Jolene. I guess that's what the name is, the default name, you know, like Jolene, 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 Jolene. Or I can be Roo Jitteroo. I wonder if they voice the name if you put the default name. A lot of times in these visual novels, if you go with the default name, the voice actors will say the character's name. So usually when I play these games on my own, if there is an established character, for example, like Lynette in Cupid Parasite, for example, they're an established character and the game is voice acted, and I usually want to hear the actors, you know, scream their name in anguish or passion. So I'll go with the default name. If it's most of the indie games don't voice the names, even if it's voice acted. But there are occasionally times where they will. And I don't know which one this game is. So for science, maybe I'll go with Jolene, because I'm curious to know, are they going to say Jolene? You know? Because they definitely won't say it if I put Roo Jitteroo, which is what I would normally put in here. Jolene. Your name is Jolene. Is that right? Yes. Yes, it is for today. A lifetime of irresponsible pursuit has, at last, left my body frail. Indeed, my time is near. I can feel it. And when it comes, I will embrace those cold hands. I will welcome their mercy as they absolve me of my terrible work. What comfort, mother, that I may escape this cruel, deserved reckoning. What magnificent injustice. Instead, My legacy will outlast my body and brain, and long after they grow cold, the eternal flame will ask the question, was it worth it? And silence will answer, forgive me.
Cortez Creek.
The narrator's voice is so hot. I concur.
The town looms before you in the distance, shimmering in the dry summer heat like a mirage. You've ridden 5 days straight, chasing nothing but the promise of wealth.
5 days straight.
They said the bounty was big, bigger than anything you'd seen before. Little Louis Shepherd, they call him. Not much of a name for someone worth that kind of gold. But then again, this is Cortez Creek, a place where they say gold flows from its mountains like water.
Since this game is fully voice acted, the narrator, the MC, all of the characters, this is one of the rare visual novels that has 100% voice acting. So you know what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to be like that really annoying person in the back of the movie theater that won't freaking shut up the entire time, that has to make comments about everything. That's me, y'all. Pew, 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 pew. Finger guns. Yes.
The place where fortunes are made.
Let's go. Westward ho, y'all. Let's go make us some money.
And boy, do you need that fortune.
Yuri says, but I must admit, as much as I love Edgar, I will admit that Randy is my favorite. Listen, okay, I don't know who Randy is yet, darling. I don't know who this Randy is, and I really don't know who Edgar is. I assume Edgar is today's boyfriend. But listen, y'all, okay? I looked at a picture of these men, and I was like, oh, and a female. There is also a female love interest as well. This is a dating sim, not an otome game. I guess you could call it an otome game. Well, no, it's not, because you could choose genders and all that. Look, the hat's coming off already. It's coming off already. What if I just kind of like balance it precariously, like to the side? Precarious balancing. This is such a disaster. Anyway, okay, I forgot what I was talking about. I don't know who these people are, so I can't tell you it yet which one's my favorite. But by looking at them, I was like, ooh, who's the guy with the mask on? He looks mysterious, you know? He looks like a bad boy. He looks dangerous. I like that. So then I was like, that's gonna be my poster boy today. Yep.
Your horse whinnies beneath you. His coat's slick with sweat. You pat his neck apologetically.
Not long to go now, boy. You've done good.
You done good. I want to sing Jolene every time I see her name. Look at you, girl. You're a stunner. Look, I don't have to wear the hat. She's not wearing it right now. You know? I tried with the hat. It's not going to stay.
The poor thing deserves a break. You both do.
Real. We can look at the town. We can look at the wanted poster. I can look at my purse so we can keep riding. You know what? What if we go ahead and, if I was riding around on a horse in the desert, I would totally look at the town. Maybe we could stop for some water, you know, give the horse a break.
You squint into the distance, just able to make out the shape of Cortez Creek. The town has a rare reputation of experiencing not one, but 2 gold rushes.
Nice.
Its first is said to have taken place in the 1840s, where the gold was harvested right from the creek that gave the town its name. But now, you hear it's enjoying a second gold rush. Unprecedented levels of gold, being mined straight out of the mountainside.
Unprecedented, he said. We're gonna be rich.
That kind of wealth probably explains the size of the bounty on little Louis.
Now I'm gonna look at my purse.
You glance at your purse, pulling it open just enough to peer inside. Pathetically empty. Barely enough to last a week, at a stretch. It's been a rough few months, truth be told. Every bounty you've chased lately seems to get snatched up before you can even draw your gun.
Wait, can we do that hat rule on Edgar? What's the hat rule?
That's why you rode all the way out here, for the bounty on little Louis Shepherd. And this time, you need to be the one who collects.
Who's little Louis Shepherd? Look at the wanted poster.
Little Louis Shepherd.
Okay, $600, $6,000 reward. That's a lot of money in the Western days, you know. For the capture, dead or alive. For murder, armed robbery, arson, kidnapping, graffiti. Something I can't read. Fear-mongering, that's what it says. Extortion and more. Wow, he's a bad boy. Report to Sheriff Hargreave. Cortez Creek, Little Louis Shepherd. The capture, dead or alive, of one Louis Amos Theodore Shepherd, also known as Little Louis, for countless crimes against Cortez County. 1871, y'all. 1871, we now know when this is.
One of her so many crimes, I couldn't even list them all on the poster.
How did one guy commit all those offenses?
Must be some kind of mastermind.
Did the narrator just read our mind?
You never even heard of the guy.
Nope, definitely not. Keep writing.
You decide to keep riding.
Look at our pants. So styling.
You dig your heels into your horse, urging him forward. It's the last stretch now. No more time to waste.
I quite like this background too.
All right, Cortez Creek, let's see what you got for me.
Actually, this is a CG. We've got a CG to show action, riding through the desert. The hat rule is basically, if you put a hat on someone, you are letting them know that you are romantically interested. Oh, I didn't know that. Yes, well, I mean, everybody has a hat on in this game. So I guess we're interested in everybody. Cortez Creek, 1871.
Your horse trots into town, his hooves kicking up little clouds of dust with each step.
How about I could do the Foley noises, you know? That's the horse. Your horse trots into town.
So this is Cortez Creek, huh? For a so-called wealthy town,
It's what, girl? It's not what I was expecting, considering there's blood everywhere. What the hey?
well, it's clearly seen better days.
Yeah, really.
A pair of drunk men stagger out through the swinging doors of a saloon. Red graffiti is scrawled on the side of a house, half scrubbed away and splintered.
Wow.
Everything reeks of whiskey, dirt, and sweat.
Why is there blood everywhere? No one's brought that up.
You reach the stables by the side of the town and climb down from your horse.
I don't see anyone.
Suspicious. Why? Do you hear the horse sounds? It makes it sound like there's a horse in here.
You glance around for a stable hand, but there doesn't seem to be anyone here. You settle for tying him to a hitching post a little down the street.
This'll have to do for now.
We gotta do what we gotta do. Yep.
Your horse whinnies, tossing his head impatiently and scuffing his hooves against the dusty ground. He's just as hungry as you are.
You know, I really do appreciate the Western setting. That's quite a lot of fun. And there's not that many Western video games out there if you think about it. Especially not in romance visual novels. There's just not that many.
I know. Let's get you something to eat.
The last Western romance visual novel that I played, it was a yandere game, and it was See How the Cat Jumps by The Chosen Giraffe. And that one was also a Western. Also, fully voice acted. But I turned off MC's voice actress because I wanted to be the star.
Food and water does sound good round about now, but you know you ought to swing by the sheriff's office to get the latest on the bounty.
That said, the voice actress in that other game was also good. This one is doing a good job too. I'm enjoying it. What do I do first? Get food or visit the sheriff's office? I'm hungry. The sheriff can wait. Food. Food first.
I'm starving. I can't do anything unless I've had something to eat first.
Exactly. That part. We've been riding around in the desert. We need food.
You head into the heart of the town, in search of the general store. The heat and dirt of the place seems to cling to your skin, only adding to your burgeoning sense of unease.
The sooner I can catch this guy and cut loose, the better.
We just...
You
Ooh.
pivot to see a man, leaning against a railing, a bottle smashed at his feet.
I was gonna say, we just want to get our job done and get out of here. But now there's drunks in the way.
Another one?
Excuse me, sir? What do you mean another one? Huh? Another what?
Another what?
You. Another outsider.
Tell him, girl. What do you mean outsider?
Gonna pollute this town with your dirty gold, are ya?
How dare you? Get out of here. You know what? Draw your gun, brush him off, or mock him. I'm mocking him. How dare you? Okay, get out of my face. You smell and you look like a toad. Take that.
Whatever. You ain't worth my time. Why don't you go rot with your dirty moonshine?
You
Yeah.
turn to walk away, but pause as you hear commotion behind you. A man pushes past you.
This guy looks like he's seen better days too. Look at his eyes. Are you sick, sir? Are you okay? Do you have tuberculosis?
He tackles the inebriate to the dirt, landing a few hard kicks as the drunk curls against the ground defensively.
Dang, wow.
Maybe a bit too much force for a simple drunkard.
He turns to you then, giving you a slow once-over.
He's checking me out.
Judging by the state of his attire, you can only assume he's one of the sheriff's rangers.
What's got your eye, stranger?
My eye?
There's nothing to see here. Move along now.
Listen, sir, I was here first, okay? Don't be so rude, okay? He was the one who accosted me, all right? Don't be like, there's nothing to see here, like as if I wasn't standing here the whole time. The entire time. You know what? Keep my head down. Hell no, I'm Rue Jitteroo, okay? I am Jolene. I don't keep my head down, okay? He trifling. I'ma challenge him.
And here I thought this was a free country.
That's right, it's a free country.
You got something to hide, lawman? Is that it?
The ranger's jaw tightens, his fingers twitching near his belt.
They're telling me that my choices will have consequences. It's because I've already started off making trash decisions for this poor woman. Something terrible is about to happen to us, I can tell.
For a moment, it seems like he might make a move, but then his shoulders relax, and he gives you a dry, humorless smile.
Best be on your way, outsider.
I don't trust this guy. What is his problem?
Darn well right I'll be on my way.
I mean,
You find your way to the general store, and grab the first big loaf of bread you lay your eyes upon.
I mean, I wasn't a fan of the bum either. You know, I'm not like trying to defend the bum. But also, what's that guy's deal?
Could I interest you with some carrots? Dug up fresh this morning.
Yes, the horse could use some carrots.
After everything your horse has endured, a handful of carrots feels like a well-earned treat.
Yes, it does.
Bread and carrots, let's see, that's 25 cents in total.
You pat your pockets, frowning. That loose change was there earlier, wasn't it?
Oh no, I'm broke.
Did some coins fall out when you dismounted, or did someone lift it off you?
Oh no, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'll be back after I turn in my bounty. Save those carrots for me.
Surely not.
What color eyes does MC have? Are they gold?
You missing something? Yeah, I can tell by the look on your face. Bless your heart, you must be new here.
Everybody's judging me already.
Best be careful in Cortez Creek. There's a lot of crooks about. The thieving type.
We got thieved.
Thanks for the tip.
At least you still have your purse. You take out the money and pay the shopkeeper.
You take care of yourself now, and keep an eye on them thieves.
You
Yes,
wolf
ma'am.
down the bread, and drink your fill of water from the well.
That'll do. Time to see what the sheriff knows about little Louie.
Little
You
Louie.
turn the corner and find yourself in the heart of Cortez Creek, the town square. The sheriff's office stands at the center, but your attention snaps to the noisy crowd gathered outside.
A crowd? This doesn't look promising.
All right, settle down now. Settle down.
You step closer, spotting a man on the porch addressing the crowd. He must be Sheriff Hargreave.
What do you think, Yuri? Bride or banish? Banish.
I know y'all want answers, and you'll get 'em. Just hold your peace for a spell.
He looks untrustworthy to me. Look at the look on his face. He looks suspicious.
You push through the crowd, but it's packed tight. Over someone's shoulder, you catch a glimpse of a ranger pulling down a wanted poster. You strain for a better look, and to your dismay, it's a poster of little Louie.
Oh no.
I can confirm that as of noon today, the blight known as Little Louie has been caught.
By somebody else, I'm not gonna get paid now.
Well, shit.
Real.
This capture finally puts an end to the series of criminal activity that has been plaguing our good town of Cortez Creek for some time now. Little Louie has confessed to all of his crimes.
Wow.
And now, God will pass judgment on him for his sins.
I wonder if I had made different decisions if I could have caught him first.
Judgment that will be carried out at dusk in this town square on this very day.
Crowd cheers once again. Dejection settles in the pit of your stomach.
Little Louie is caught. The bounty is gone. Now what?
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm a busy man, and I have a hanging to prepare for.
We're gonna have to find another way to make some money because we're hungry. Somebody stole all our money, and yeah, we didn't get the bounty that we were come here for.
The sheriff goes back inside, followed by his rangers and the stripped-off wanted posters. You stand rooted to the ground. You really needed that bounty.
Yeah, I did.
The two men in front of you shrug as they turn to walk away.
I didn't hear the sheriff announce who caught him.
He didn't say, but if I had to guess, I'd bet my boots it was that wildfire again.
Wildfire.
Wildfire?
Ask about Wildfire. Who is that?
Excuse me, what do you mean by wildfire?
You ain't heard of wildfire.
No.
And what? You been living in a prairie dog hole for the past year?
Why is that funny?
The man shoved past you, laughing.
Well then, that was a warm welcome.
How dare they?
You stand still as the crowd thins, leaving you alone outside the sheriff's office.
What the hell am I supposed to do?
Good question.
This town has been unwelcoming since the moment you set foot on its dirt.
I have an idea for you, girl. Why don't you see if you can find a way to make a little bit of money and like get yourself some food, you know, take care of the horse. Basic necessities, okay? A little money for basic necessities.
It's filthy, harsh, unpleasant in every sense of the word. And you've somehow even managed to be robbed in the short time you've been here. You tilt your hat lower over your face, scowling.
How dare!
If it were up to you, you'd head straight back on the road, far away from this rat-infested town, in search of your next bounty. But you don't even know who or where that might be.
Well, go look for the bounty board, okay? I'm sure there's something. News? Go to the saloon, talk to the bartender. Saloons always have information on stuff like that, you know? They always have the gossip. You know, like in The Witcher, that's where you go for like information on your missions. And there's a bounty board. Well, like stuff like that existed in the Wild West too.
For a crime-ridden town like Cortez Creek, surely there's a few crooked characters with bounties on their head, right?
Yeah, go find all the wanted posters.
Drunks, public beatings, thieves.
Exactly, all of that.
Damn. Speaking of thieves, just left my poor horse tied to that hitching post.
Go check on your horse, girl. You should have brought your horse around with you.
Judging by how shady this town is turning out to be, that was likely a fool move.
Yeah, we might have lost our horse just now.
I better check on him. I hope I'm not too late.
Yeah, go, girl.
The streets grow quieter as you approach the hitching post, a sense of unease prickling at the base of your neck.
You know what's bothering me is nobody has mentioned the blood everywhere. Why is there blood everywhere? Is that not suspicious? Is that not worrisome? Is that not concerning? Why is there blood everywhere and nobody has mentioned it? The narrator has not mentioned it. MC has not mentioned it. MC hasn't gone in like, I would have expected at least MC to be like, oh, that's weird. There's blood. What the heck? What's going on? Oh, hi, Black Knight. Welcome, you stunner. It's so good to see you. Howdy. I have a hat. Howdy. Howdy. But it doesn't stay on over my headphones, so it's kind of a bust. I tried, okay? I tried to dress up Western for y'all.
Your horse comes into view, but he doesn't seem to be alone. A broad-shouldered man stands by the hitching post, his hands working the reins.
Ooh, a broad-shouldered man.
You stop in your tracks. It's just what you feared. Someone is trying to steal your horse.
Go beat him up, girl. Get him. Kick him. Okay, yell at the man to back off. Okay, if I do that, he's probably gonna, like, jump on my horse and take off. Okay, approach calmly. We're gonna sneak up to him. That's what we're gonna do. Sneaky, sneaky. Approach calmly and sneakily, okay? And then get your gun and, like, press it into his back and say, you know, release my horse. Or it's the end for you. Okay?
You walk quietly towards the man, your hand on the hilt of your gun, just in case.
You also have a hat. I respect that. Yes, what kind of hat?
The man hears your footsteps and turns around in surprise.
You should be surprised. I was real sneaky.
Oh, I'm sorry, partner. I didn't see you there.
Oh, it's one of the love interests of this game. Are you trying to steal my horse, Tom?
I just noticed this remarkable fellow looked rather hungry, so I gave him something to eat.
Well, that was nice of you. You better not be trying to take him from me. Also, you do kind of have a little bit of a crazed look in your eye. Why?
I hope you don't mind. I take it he's yours, What's his name?
I'll be nice, you know? I have no reason to be rude until he proves to me that he deserves to be treated with rudeness. Oh, I can name my own horse. We're gonna go with Zephyr for now, because I think that there's some Otome game characters named Zephyr. Isn't there a Zephyr in Radiant Tail? Anyway.
Is that so? Well, it's a fine name for a fine horse.
You bet it is.
Pardon my forwardness, but if you're planning on staying the night, you might want to consider moving them to the livery stables.
Why? Oh, because of people like you that might steal them? Betson, my aunt, got me back when I used to ride and work on her ranch, and I also got an old man talk buffalo hide hat in the trapper configuration. That's freaking awesome. Wow, that sounds exciting. We're getting close to Poster Boy, Yuri? Yes! That's all I want, okay? Poster Boy, let's go.
Cortez Creek, it's not the safest place after dark.
We do want our horse to be safe, from thieves or otherwise, and weather.
We've had some trouble with horse thieves around here lately. And I'd hate to see your horse here fall into the wrong hands.
Okay, so they're not saying the horse's name, so I have a feeling they're not going to say MC's name either. So that's interesting to know.
He pauses, glancing at your horse with a genuine look of concern.
Delivery's secure, and I'll make sure he's well looked after. You have my word.
Honestly, he seems like a nice guy. I'll be civil.
Please do. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
You better not screw me over. Also, that's actually a really cute smile. Actually, he's kind of adorable.
You walk with the man as he leads your horse to the stables, a short distance away.
Here we are.
How much for one night's boarding?
It's a quarter.
You hand him the money.
Much obliged.
I have money? I thought I got robbed.
Oh, and I'm Tom, by the way. Tom Porter.
Hi, Tom Porter. Yuri says I can trust you. So we're gonna go with that for now. Okay, don't screw me over later. Also, hi, Tom, you're kinda handsome. I hold out my hand. Let's shake on it. In the Old West, horse thievery was one heck of a crime. They were worth a lot of money, usually hung if caught. Exactly, Black Knight, that is correct.
He smiles and gives your extended hand a shake, his grip firm and calloused.
But I suppose that the criminals would think to themselves, only if you get caught. I'm Jolene.
Nice to meet you. You're new to Cortez Creek, aren't you? Let me guess. You're a bounty hunter here on business.
Huh? How could you tell?
You just seem the type, that's all.
Whatever that means.
Do I look like a bounty hunter to you?
I came here for the bounty on little Louis Shepherd, but looks like I'm a little late to the rodeo.
Oh? How's that?
The sheriff just announced that he's already been caught.
So I ain't getting paid.
Is that so?
That is so.
He looks straight down at his hands as he adjusts your horse's reins. He doesn't look particularly moved by the news.
Tell me about Wildfire.
I heard some people talking about wildfire. I don't suppose you know what that is?
I'm sorry. I'm probably not the best person to ask about these sort of things.
Lord, she's a spicy MC. Yes, she is. She's a stunner. She's pretty freaking hot, I'm not gonna lie. Also, I saw another picture of her online and I kind of was trying to cosplay, but now I'm like, you know what? I should have just like peeked in and saw what she was wearing right here and tried to emulate that. Because I do kind of have a shirt that's a little bit more like that, And I have a necklace that would have worked better. And I actually have a skirt that would have worked better, but it's not like you can see my skirt anyway. But here's what I got going on, okay? You can't see this. But I had the hat. I had a hat. This hat, I was attempting to fit it over my headphones. That didn't work out too well for me. And then I have like this long sleeve situation, you know? And then like, I do have a corset, but I was like, you know what? No one's gonna be able to see the corset because it only like comes up to here. So I was like, screw that. It's not that comfortable, but I do have one. But anyways, I have a cream colored blouse. It doesn't have the stripes on it, but I do have one. I ruined it in the wash a little bit. It's kind of stained pink. As they'd say in the Old West, she's one hell of a spit-firing pepper box. I like that. Yes.
I try to keep to myself. Just me, the horses, and the cattle. You could say I like to keep things in my life as stable as possible. Get it?
You're so funny.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Come on, girl. It was a little funny.
That is one terrible pun.
Just the way we like it.
So, have you always lived in Cortez Creek?
Yep, Cortez, born and raised.
But as Knight said, she is spicy.
It's a beautiful place. At least it was until things got a little, rough around the edges in recent years.
Look at this CG. So H, usually in visual novels, I can press H and the text will go away so we could see the whole CG, but that's not working today. That's so bad. He's a boy failure. This is a beautiful CG. He looks like extra hot right here. You know, he looks like damaged and broken. You know, he's got scars everywhere. He looks like he's lived a really hard life, but you know what? Even so, he's still like, it's like he's still full of life and happiness and personality. Well, I don't know how happy he is, but he's just like, he looks like he's been through a lot, but he's still like grateful for what he has. That's what he looks like to me. And he looks like he loves animals. We already know that he loves horses. He fed our horse and didn't try to steal it, you know? And now he's like hanging out with the horses. Yeah. This guy is giving me Clint Eastwood Pale Rider vibes, looks and acts gentle, but could definitely whoop some tail. Yeah, he does look like he could fight. You know, he looks strong and he's hairy. Mm-hmm. Rough around the edges.
Rough around the edges? In what way?
Well, it's not too often a town gets a second gold rush. That amount of wealth attracts a great deal of prospectors, traders, general wealthy folk.
And me.
But unfortunately for Cortez Creek, these sort of people also draw a considerable number of undesirables, people looking for trouble.
He glances away, looking uneasy.
Well, you know, that's why we came here, okay? There's a bounty, you know? Unfortunately, it didn't work out for us, though. Tell me more.
Can you tell me more?
You'd be better off asking someone else about this sort of stuff.
He swallows hard, avoiding your gaze.
Why won't you look at me, sir? What are you hiding? You can respect the mustache. So can I.
What's with this guy? Why does he seem so uncomfortable all of a sudden?
Yeah. What are you hiding, sir?
Well, I better find some place to stay for the night. Thanks for looking out for my horse.
It's my pleasure.
Are you gonna watch the hanging tonight?
Oh no, I've seen enough hangings in my time. Don't have the stomach for it anymore.
They're so casual about that. Hey, you gonna watch the hanging? It's like how nowadays we're like, hey, you gonna watch the big game? You know? They're like so used to it, it's casual.
Ah, and I almost forgot.
You take the carrots out of your bag.
I thought I didn't get those carrots. I thought I was broke and she didn't give them to me. I was like, I'll come back for them when I get some money. I guess she gave them to me anyway.
I bought these earlier. Feel free to share them up between the horses.
That's very kind of you. I'll be sure to do that.
His cute smile. He is so adorable.
See you around, Tom.
You take care.
You retrace your steps to the town square and find a hotel on one of the side streets. A man stands outside the entrance, shooing away some rats with a broom. He looks up and smiles at you.
Howdy, traveler. You look like you could do with the rest. Can I do you for a room?
You better not try to screw me over. If I comment on the rats, will I get a discount?
You raise an eyebrow at the broom in his hands.
Will I be sharing a room with these rats?
Ha! Not if I can help it. I've gotten pretty handy with this broom.
That's not very convincing. How about you give me 50% off?
He opens the door for you and gestures inside, a proud smile on his face.
How about you give it to me for free because it's infested with rats?
I dare say you came here at just the right moment. We're awfully busy here at the best of times. But what with the hanging of that valiant brute, Little Louie, tonight, bringing all the looky-loos from yonder county, we're expecting to be fully booked up once the crowds get here.
I don't trust him either. He definitely looks shifty. Just like you said, his face, his eyes, he looks shifty. Yuri agrees. We can't trust him.
Horrid little man, that Little Louie. Glad he's getting what he deserves.
Okay. Did you know him?
Did you know him?
Not personally, no, but one hears what folks say about him.
Well, at least we're getting some gossip. Gossip is good when we're traveling and we're a bounty hunter.
Anyway, it's just one night you'll be staying. That correct?
Yes. I'll be leaving come sunup. And not a moment later.
A pity. Well, I'll give you room 13. It's a quiet room. Perfect for your early morning start. Mind you, you're not superstitious, are you?
Oh, I'm yes, superstitious. This man is a shady fellow for sure. I'd just as soon sleep on a rattlesnake den than in his inn. He could be trying to trick us, you know? He could try to ambush us or something. He could try to rob us blind while we're sleeping or something. You never know. But you know what? I'm going to say yes, I am superstitious, okay? This is a monster game, I think.
Actually, I am a little superstitious.
Also, that's the more fun answer.
Not uncommon for visitors of this town. Well, I could offer you room number 8 instead. The only problem being our housekeeper hasn't quite managed to remove the bloodstain from the wooden flooring.
How come there's so much blood in this town and nobody's, like, concerned?
You see, one of our tenants got gunned down last week. Rest his soul. Must have made himself some enemies while staying in this fine town.
Remember what a place with a room 13? Wait, did he say room 13? Oh, God. Listen, okay, there's a lot to this day. This is a long-standing tradition, okay? A lot of places don't have a 13th floor, and a lot of places don't have a 13th room, okay? It's because 13 is an unlucky number, all right? You stay away from 13.
And those planks, well, they just soak it right up. The blood, that is.
That's true for a lot of hotels even to this day. Especially like older hotels, you know? It's a thing. He's talking about all of this blood like it's nothing.
Room 13 is fine.
Very good.
Is it though?
That'll be $1 for tonight.
$1!
You reach for your purse. Every coin you part with reminds you painfully of the bounty that you failed to collect.
That was expensive back in them days, you know? A couple of bucks, that was a lot of money back then.
And have missed it so narrowly after days on the road. You stifle a yawn with the back of your hand.
If you plan on catching a bit of shut-eye before the hanging, I can certainly be around to wake you up when the crowds begin to gather.
Obey Me 13 is the best 13. Of all of the 13s that there are, the Obey Me 13 is peak. She's feisty. I like her.
That won't be necessary. I'll stay awake.
Well, I'll give your door a knock just in case.
You scoff at the knowing look he gives you.
Sure.
The man cheerfully shows you to your room. To your relief, there's not a bloodstain or rat in sight, but you pause as a peculiar scent drifts across the room towards you. On the bedside table, you spot a bunch of sticks in a jar.
All right, y'all, what do you think? Ghosts or demons?
Their tips glow amber, emitting an aromatic smoke of cedar wood and saffron. The scent is strong.
You know, I'm going to leave it there because someone put it here for a reason, okay? We're also in room number 13, and we're suspicious. And I know there's monsters in this game. I'm leaving it, okay? Someone put it there on purpose.
At least it smells better than the stench of this town.
Listen, y'all, one time I got haunted by an actual ghost in a hotel. The hotel was probably just as old as this place. A real hotel that was just as old as the hotel is like 300 plus years old. And it's seen some renovations over the years, but it's definitely old and definitely has seen better days. Would you like to hear about my ghost story? I'll tell you. Okay. So one time I was at this place, and I was at a conference, and it was the very first time that I had stayed there. The conference goes there every single year, the same place, same hotel. And, I'd never been there, and I was like, yeah, I'll stay at the hotel. Most people stayed across the street in other hotels. And I thought, well, that's a little strange. This place should be fine, right? So me being a newbie and not knowing any better, I just decided to go ahead and stay there. And I remember I was on the 3rd floor. And I remember, the night before I left, I was walking down the hallway to my room, and something felt a little off. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but it almost felt like someone was watching me. Something strange was going on. But I waved it off and ignored it and continued on with my day. I remember that night. I woke up in the middle of the night because I was highly uncomfortable. It felt like I was super cold. However, right in the middle of my back was a circle, a perfect circle that was burning hot. I checked the heater right beside me. It was in the middle of winter. The heater was working normally. Everything was fine, but it was so cold in the room. I could suddenly see my breath. Disconcerted and uncomfortable, I turned on the light. I was lying on my back looking up at the ceiling. I turned the light on, wondering what was going on and wondering if I should get up, but it was cold, so I was trying to warm up in the blanket. And that's when I heard a voice whispering to me in a language I did not understand. A Slavic language, something like perhaps Russian. Whispering, a woman's voice, whispering in my ear. Well, I was terrified. I didn't know what it was saying, but it didn't sound friendly. No, it didn't. And she just kept whispering at me. I looked over to the side. I didn't see anyone. I didn't see anything. But I could clearly hear her voice. It almost sounded like she was right there, like right next to me. Like I could feel her breath in my ear, her icy cold breath in my ear. And then all of a sudden it escalated. I started to feel someone touching my arm like this, rubbing my arm while they continued to whisper in my ear. in a language in which I did not understand. Okay, I'm terrified at this point, okay? I'm laying on my back going, please, please leave me alone. Please go away. I won't bother you. I won't do anything. I swear. Please stop. Please go away. Please stop. Please stop. And I'm shaking, terrified. This goes on for about 30 minutes, y'all. 30 minutes straight, and it won't stop. Finally, it's like 3:30, 3:45, 4, something. Not exactly sure what time it was. It just stopped. No more ghosts talking in my ear. No more touching my arm. And I was like, what in the holy hell was that? Well, obviously I couldn't fall back asleep. I was too freaked out. I remember going downstairs at about 5 in the morning, and I saw the organizer for the event was down there. And she was like, oh, you're up early. What's going on? And I asked, well, have you ever heard any ghost stories about this place? And she says, well, it's funny you ask that. She says, my best friend refuses to stay here. Oh, I wonder why, I asked. I didn't say any reason why I was asking about ghost stories. I didn't say anything about me being haunted. She said, well, my friend claims that a Russian woman visited her in her sleep, and she's never come back. I was like, a Russian woman, huh? And then I went to the front desk and I asked them about their ghost stories. They asked me what floor I was on. I said I was on the 3rd floor. And they said, oh, yes, we do have a ghost story about the 3rd floor on the side that you're on, the wing that you're on. Apparently, according to the legend, there was a Russian couple that had been up there to ski, and they stayed there, and something happened, ended up in, apparently, the guy cheated on his lady lover. Well, she got so upset that she took care of him, if you know what I mean, and I don't know what happened to the other woman. But anyways, to this very day, she still wanders the hall. She wanders that floor and visits people in their sleep, you know, and checking to see, are you the woman who cheated with my man? That's basically what happened. So, you know, long story short, I never went back to that hotel again. I mean, I went back for work because there was other work trips there. I never stayed the night there ever again. I stayed the night across the street, like everybody else who knew better. Black Knight says in Mother Russia, ghost doesn't haunt you. You haunt ghost. Also, yeah, nah, I'd have left that room and slept in my vehicle room. Nope, you'd have been out of there faster than you could say vodka. Yuri says we had a room in my grandma's house that we used to call Hell's Gate because your mom and aunt both claimed to have seen things there. You slept there one night and got really sick. Also, your grandma used to lose things all the time, and you would find them on different locations. Yeah, I'm not okay with that. No. You also had a weird dream the day before your mom passed. I'm so sorry to hear that. You know, ghosts, y'all, I'm not lying about my ghost story. That was a true story. It actually happened to me. And before then, if someone asked me if I believed in ghosts, I would have said no. You ask me if I believe in ghosts now, I'm like, hell yeah, I do. Yes, I do. You want to know something else that I saw at that same hotel? I was in a session, okay? There was a big giant oil painting on the wall, a big heavy one. It probably weighed a good 100 pounds. And everyone was on the other side of the room. There was probably a good 20 feet between the painting on the wall and the nearest human being, okay? As I'm sitting here, I'm like kind of looking off in this direction. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking towards the window and I'm looking at the wall and I'm looking at that painting there. I see the whole thing, this giant oil painting with a heavy brass frame. I saw the whole thing lift up, and then flop over onto the ground. Everyone saw it. Everyone saw it. Guess what the staff did? Of course, everyone heard it. There's a big, loud bang crash as this thing fell to the ground. This big old painting. Guess what the staff did? They walked in all casual. They didn't say a word. They just walked in. 3 men picked it up and pushed it back up, pulled it back up, and put it back on the wall, and then they walked away. Like nothing happened. That's what they did! Like nothing happened. Screw that! Screw that! Nope. I ain't okay with that. Nope. No. No. You know, if it was like leaning against the wall and it had just kind of fallen over, I could have been like, okay, a gust of wind. Okay, it blew it over. Fine, whatever. But no, y'all, it lifted up and fell over. That's what happened. Hi, Milky. Welcome you, Stunner. Thank you so much for being here. We're telling ghost stories. So anyways, end of story. The bottom line is this. If you walk into a hotel room, it's the 13th room, and everything is shady, and somebody got murdered there recently, okay? And you walk in and you see incense just hanging out, okay? Unless you're deathly allergic to it, leave it alone. Leave it alone. It's keeping ghosts away, okay? All right? Milky's job has a ghost. Yep, your work has a ghost. We have lots of ghost stories, Milky. Milky says they threw stuff on the floor. We got it on camera. No one was in the room. Milky was looking at the camera, the security camera, and stuff just got thrown onto the ground. By who? Nobody was there. Yep, ghosts, y'all. It's the only answer.
I'll leave it burning for now.
Good choice.
The mere sight of your bed makes your legs feel weak with fatigue. You flop down onto the covers. After all, your horse is resting safely in the stables under the kind watch of Tom. So it's only fair that you get some respite also, right?
I thought it was respite, not respite. Also, yes, Milky said it happened at about 3 a.m. It was about 3:30 a.m. for me, too, when I got haunted. Exactly. Oh, no. Yuri says my job is next to a cemetery. Ooh, I bet you got some good ghost stories with that one. Okay, that's creepy. What the hell am I looking at? The road darkens before you. Which way do you choose? Do I go left, go straight, or go right? I don't know. Go right. What am I looking at? The deeper you dig, the darker it gets. I don't know. Keep digging.
The knock awakened you with a start, disturbing your deep sleep and washing away any lingering images. You hear the familiar booming voice of the hotel owner outside your door.
Crowd's starting to gather. You best get down there to secure a good spot.
You head down to the town square, where a large crowd is already forming near the hanging platform.
It's crazy to me that people would gather around in crowd and try to get a good spot to see somebody get hung. That's so... Wow.
The place is heaving with excitement and grim anticipation.
Is it a concert? Nope. It's not a concert. Is there a politician out there giving a speech? Nope, it's not that. You know, is it a magician? Nope. It's a hanging. And everyone wants to be there. It's the place to be. Everyone wants to see people get killed.
The sheriff steps out of his building and makes his way up the platform, 2 men following behind. Jeers are up from the crowd at the sight of the small man who has been gagged, and the sheriff hushes them before beginning to speak.
That must be little Louie.
Ladies and gentlemen, good people of Cortez County, we are gathered here this evening to witness the final and definitive serving of justice to one heinous individual who has for many months been a tremendous blight on our beautiful town of Cortez Creek.
You used to have hangings while you were growing up in Mexico? Really? Oh my gosh. Man, I thought they were done doing that kind of stuff like decades ago.
I am, of course, referring to one Louis Amos Theodore Shepard, known in these parts as Little Louis.
There's a ghost of a smile on the sheriff's face. He seems to be enjoying the spectacle.
His capture is a triumph for the cooperation of bounty hunters, benefactors, and law enforcement alike, and I, Sheriff Philip Hargrave, am honored to stand before you to deliver this justice.
There are more cheers of approval from the crowd. The sheriff is clearly popular with the townsfolk. You look over at Little Louis as Sheriff Hargrave continues his speech.
Black Knight says, had a red orb at the family cottage in the swamp. And one night when I was 16, I was out late at a friend's place, and I had to drive my four-wheeler back home. As I was driving, the dark swamp road looks pitch black. No light at all, and no moon. So I started driving slow. Then I saw the orb zip into the trees. They getting closer. So I hit the gas fast as I could, and something grabbed the back of my wheeler and yanked the back so hard it ripped off the back seat. What the hey? Hell no. That escalated quickly. And you still don't know what it was, do you? Haunted. Haunted as hell.
He has painful-looking bruises across his face, suggesting he suffered through a beating or interrogation of some kind.
An interrogation.
The man standing before us has been found guilty by the Cortez County Court of Justice for committing the following crimes over a 2-year time frame. 11 counts of murder, 8 counts of armed robbery, 4 counts of arson, 7 counts of criminal graffiti and unlawful fear-mongering.
Did you give this man an opportunity to defend himself, or are you like just, you're guilty, we found him, hang him? You found the back seat the next day and never went back in those woods at night. Your aunt was a native witch, and your pa thinks she summoned something. You know what? Yes. Bruh, I'm throwing hands with whatever breaks my four-wheeler, says Yuri. Yuri's ready to fight. Yuri, listen, okay? If it's a monster, you know, and you can't see it, and it's strong enough to rip off a car seat like that, don't mess with it, Yuri. Run. Run, Yuri. Get out of there and never look back. That's what you should do.
Kidnap, perjury, bigamy, perverting the course of justice, extortion.
Little Louis shakes his head desperately as the long list of charges is read out, earning him a kick in the back of the legs by the ranger. A woman in front of you turns to her friend.
You mean that one little fella did all those detestable things? What a wicked man.
As you cast your eyes over the crowd before you, they land on a particular figure, a man dressed in dark clothes, standing on the outskirts of the crowd. Unlike the rest of the spectators, his face is turned to the crowd rather than the gallows.
Hi, handsome stranger. You look like today's boyfriend. Hi, ooh. He does look handsome. Tall, dark, look at that hat. He's stylish, you know. Look at those piercing blue eyes. They look like they're glowing in the dark. Oh, wow, I do like the CG. Tall, dark, and broody. Oh, yes. Yes, y'all, I'm interested. I'm in. Why is he looking at me like that, though? He looks like he's looking directly at me. Do you know me, sir? Why are you looking at me like that?
You're not sure what exactly it is, but something about this guy looks like bad news.
He looks like an outlaw. He's because he's covered his face up, okay? Any guy that's out there in the middle of daylight, broad daylight, surrounded by a bunch of people that are not wearing masks, and he's the only one not wearing a mask. Why? Why is he trying to hide his identity? What are you hiding, sir? That's why he looks like bad news.
The sheriff reaches the end of Little Louis's extensive list of crimes, and the crowd goes silent in anticipation.
Black Knight says used to find old bone charms in the woods, and we found an old wooden box buried in the middle of ad jail. So I can't read it. Let's see. In the middle of the road when we repaved it. Wow. You know, sometimes I've always wondered, like, what kind of treasures could potentially be, like, hidden deep in the backyard and no one ever found it, you know? Yuri got salt, rosemeat, a rosary, holy water. Try me, ghost. Yuri's ready. Yeah, he is. Today's boyfriend, he's looking into our soul. He's looking at the crowd. You're in the crowd, so technically, yeah. He looked straight at me, Yuri. He didn't just scan the crowd. He was looking at me, okay? Right into my eyes.
A noose is lowered around little Louie's neck, followed by a bag, masking his panicked eyes for the last time.
The cottage was in your family for 85 years. Is it no longer in your family? Agile just started.
A sense of unexplained dread fills your body, and a feeling in your gut sinks like a stone.
Yuri says my grandmother was the town witch. And then she says, I got the spirits that owe her favors on my side. So that's how you're gonna fight the ghosts. You're gonna fist fight ghosts because you're hoping that you have spirits that owe grandma a favor. But what if the spirits in this area don't know your grandmama, okay? All right? What if you're traveling? That ain't gonna help you. Am I gonna leave or am I gonna watch the hanging? How morbid. I don't really want to watch a hanging, but I am a bounty hunter. I'm gonna leave the hanging.
I don't want to see this.
You push your way out of the crowd towards the dusty side streets.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a bounty hunter, but I don't need to see the people, like, pass away in front of me. If you leave, you find Edgar. Yes!
This wasn't your first hanging, but for reasons you can't quite place, something about it just feels a little off. As you make your way out of the town square, you hear a loud creak as the lever is pulled and the trapdoor collapses, followed by shouts of mockery and malice from the crowd.
What is happening right now? Oh, it's the hanging. Got it. That's what the loud creak is. That's what the lever in the trapdoor. Yeah, because, like, they're standing there and then the door opens up beneath them, and that's how it works. Got it. I know history. Some history, a little bit.
No wonder Tom doesn't stick around for these things anymore.
Real. Rue, do you think the guy did all of that? No, I think he's innocent. Or maybe not. Maybe he did some of it, but maybe not all of it. He didn't get a chance to defend himself. They had him bound and gagged. We walked away from the hanging. I didn't want to see it.
You feel lightheaded as you stumble down an alley, leaning against a wall to steady yourself. You close your eyes and take a deep breath. The smell of rich chemicals fills your nostrils, and you open an eye to see red paint sprawled on the wall in front of you. You walk up and touch the paint with your fingers.
I don't think that's paint. I think it's blood. Also, is that the thing I was dreaming about last night?
What the hell is this? Is this paint or blood?
It's blood.
It's wet, still weeping in the early evening heat.
Gross.
You frown as you look down at the red on your fingers, and then you freeze as you hear the click of a gun from behind you. The air feels cold and still.
Hands above your head. Turn around. Slowly.
Did you hear that voice? I should be afraid right now, but I just heard a really sexy voice in my ear. Turn around or slowly reach for your gun. Oh, I'm not reaching for my gun. Okay. I'm gonna take my chances and turn around and see who's behind me.
You do as the voice says, and raise your hands, slowly turning around. As you slowly turn around, you come face to face with a man wearing dark clothes and a black hat.
Hi, handsome stranger. Oh, you look so dangerous. I like that.
It's that suspicious-looking man you saw in the crowd.
I like suspicious.
He has an icy, uneasy aura about him.
Ooh, icy. Did you hear that, Yuri? He's dangerous. I like that. He's mysterious. I like that. He means business. Look at him pointing a gun in my face. That's sexy. But, you know, he's just being careful, okay? He's threatening me. All right? I mean, I am a stranger, okay? Hi, sir. Yuri says, keep giving me orders. Want me to bark? I got you. Want me to jump off a bridge? I'll do a backflip. Would you like me to come with you, sir?
What do you know?
Well, I know you're real sexy. That's what I know.
It's not a question.
He has a little bit of an accent. What do you mean, good sir? Ask him what he means or apologize. I don't apologize. You want to know I'm not apologizing because I didn't do nothing wrong, okay? I'm innocent, okay? I did nothing wrong. It's not my fault. It's never my fault. What do you mean, sir?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
He gestures his gun towards your paint-stained fingers.
Then explain this.
Well, I was touching things I shouldn't have been touching.
You can't help but notice the man has an English accent, ironically, making him seem even more like an outsider to this town than you.
Making him sound even sexier. Also, he looks real angry right now, and that also makes him look even sexier.
The graffiti? I have no idea. I promise.
I promise.
I just found it.
Yeah, I just found it and then I touched it like an idiot.
Your bag.
Huh? You can't have my bag.
Give it to me. Slowly.
No, make me.
With his gun in your face, you really have no choice, so you carefully hand him your bag.
Fine. Give it right back.
He crouches down and searches through it with one hand, presumably looking for the incriminating red paint. His other hand continues to hold the gun steadily at your face.
Funnily enough, Irish, German, and English accents were common back then. Absolutely. Listen, there were a lot of immigrants even back then in the US at this time. And a lot of them were part of, westward expansion. Yeah. Even Asian people were part of the westward expansion. There's kind of not a rosy history with that, as with most people of color in those times. Some examples of not so great historical things going on, but it brought all of us together, I guess.
Maybe when he finds I don't have any paint, he'll let me go.
Yeah, right.
But right now he's distracted. This could be my chance to shoot him first and hand him in.
Knight says, actually, there's a town where the original British accent survived because they were isolated for so long. Also, yes, and it was a very sad history. Asians were very mistreated back then. Exactly. Not a rosy past. Yes. Hi, Asuna. Welcome, you stunner, with your tentacle monsters. This time it's a tentacle dog. A tentacle chef dog. That's creative. I'll give you that. Yes. You know what, girl? I don't want to shoot him, okay? As long as he doesn't shoot me, I'm not going to shoot him. Hi, Asuna. Don't shoot him. Don't do it. I like him.
Sure enough, he finishes rummaging through your bag, finding nothing that could have been responsible for writing the graffiti.
Fine.
Yeah, give me my bag back.
He tosses the bag back to you, and it lands unceremoniously at your feet. You scramble to pick it up.
What do you know about little Louis?
I like that he gave me my bag back and he didn't like steal anything out of there, you know? Maybe he's a gentleman deep down inside.
The criminal?
He narrows his eyes, waiting for you to continue.
Well, I know he was wanted, and I didn't get the bounty. You thought that one was cute, the chef dog. It is cute, until you put tentacles on it. Well, describe him, mention his crimes, or stay silent. Mention
Only
the
his
crime.
crimes, nothing more. Honestly.
Then what are you doing in Cortez Creek?
Obviously, I'm a bounty hunter.
I saw there was a bounty in his name, so I came to this town in hope of catching him. As soon as I arrived, I found out he'd already been caught. Some wildfire got to him first. That's all I know.
A few moments pass, and then the man seems to relax. He places his gun back in his holster, all the while not taking his eyes off you.
Okay, sure. Yes.
I can tell that you're not from around here.
I love his voice with the accent. I love it.
You wear it on you like a brand.
Yeah, okay.
You shuffle your feet nervously under his exacting gaze.
Heed my warning. Don't get involved in business that doesn't concern you.
Where is MC from anyway?
Is that helpful advice or a threat?
His voice is intense. It's also really hot.
He glares at you, almost like he can read your thoughts.
I have no interest in helping you. I simply expect you to stay out of my way.
Stay out of your way. What are you planning on doing? Ask for his name, press for more information. Can I get your number?
What's your name?
He scowls.
That's not really relevant, is it?
Well, I want to know what to scream when we're in bed together.
His eyes shift to the space behind you, and you realize that the commotion from the town square has died down, replaced with steadily approaching chatter. People will be returning to their houses and hotels any moment now. You twist to look over your shoulder and see people beginning to fill the streets. When you turn back around, the outlaw is gone.
Come back here. Where are you going? At least, tell me where I can find you again.
Well, there goes my chance at getting his bounty. But who was that guy? And what was he implying about little Louis?
See, I think Louis was
The
innocent.
encounter with the outlaw may have been fruitless, but it certainly helped you work up an appetite.
I think Louis was a patsy, okay? I think that something happened and he's taking the fall for it, for somebody else. Someone else is the true enemy. He's the true criminal, okay? And Louis, he probably had a history. So, whoever did it, they knew that he would take the fall, and that he wouldn't be able to defend himself. Maybe it was somebody with power. Maybe it was someone high up in the town or around the town. That's what I think. Something more is going on here.
After recollecting your bearings, you find a building adorned with a large sign above the entrance. Randy's Saloon.
It's always the mayor. Yeah, real. It's Randy's Saloon. It's Randy time, says Yuri. Okay, don't tell me what's gonna happen, okay? I'm just gonna make blind choices and see what happens.
Well, this'll do.
The saloon doors creak shut behind you, and you're greeted with a rush of smoke, chatter, and lively piano music.
Where's my little saloon hat? I usually keep it in here. I'm so sad it's not in here. I'd put it on.
You spot a few empty tables at the far end of the saloon, a perfect place for a quiet, private dinner before retiring to your room.
Yeah, sooner this entire game is voiced. Every character, the narrator, the MC, everybody. Literally, I have barely anything to do for this stream. Except for like interrupt everything and make the stream go like 2 hours when it's only supposed to go like maybe an hour. Yep. I'm the person in the back of the movie theater who won't shut up during the whole movie. That's what's happening. We're hanging out.
A good night's sleep, and you'll be up at dawn, ready to leave this sewer pit of a town and figure out a new plan for making some money. You approach the man behind the bar. He gives you a toothy grin.
A toothy grin.
Welcome to Randy's Saloon. I'm Randy.
Wow, Randy. You look like you've seen some better days. Asuna says it's okay, Rue. Still would be fun hanging out with you. See, exactly. I'm fun.
May I get a fine individual such as yourself anything to drink?
Yeah, I would like. Give me. What do you have? Okay. Do you have any rum? That's my favorite. I'll have a rum drink. Whiskey, tequila, or water? Tequila, please.
Get me a tequila. And can I get something to eat with that?
Sure. We got Randy's famous buffalo stew.
He has a frog blink. He really does.
You look around at the nearby tables and see people spooning a miserable-looking gray slop into their mouths.
I've had buffalo before. Someone once told me that buffalo and bison are actually two different animals. I thought it was two different words for the same animal. You know what? Everyone else is eating it. They're fine. I'll order some. It's fine.
Sure. I'll have whatever that is.
Whatever that is. Listen, okay, back in them days, you can't be picky.
Randy's toothy grin widens, revealing a number of missing teeth.
It'll just take a moment, if you want to take a seat at the bar. Aye!
Did you hear that? Aye!
That's one more order of Randy's famous buffalo stew, Burley Hank.
Okay.
You rest your arms on the bar counter before quickly realizing that was a bad idea. It's sticky and probably hasn't been wiped down in months, if not years.
You're serious? Apparently a lot of people want Randy to be a romance option. To each their own.
Well then, traveler.
Not for me. Nope.
What brings you to Cortez Creek?
Well, a bounty. I can tell the truth. I don't see any reason to lie to Randy.
I came here in hopes of catching the criminal Little Louie, but it looks like someone got to him before me.
Yep. Yeah, what's so wrong about admitting that? So buffalo is a common slang term for bison. Bison. And the buffaloes of the old world. But bison are not the same family and aren't closely related. What? But people still called them buffalo anyway because it was slang, is what you're saying. That's wild.
Oh, a bounty hunter. I can see that, I suppose.
Bison being the scientific name for bison. Bison! Like Street Fighter. No one gets that reference, do you? Y'all are like, what's wrong with Rue? Why did she do that?
He places your drink on the bar counter in front of you.
Anyway, I figured you were either here for the hanging or the gold.
Black Knight gets it. Yuri gets it. Yes! Okay, bison is epic.
Well, perhaps you're just one of those outlaw types that this fine town seems to attract, which is absolutely tip-top A-okay, don't get me wrong.
You know what? Randy is a nice, goofy guy.
All are welcome in Randy's saloon, you see. Me being Randy.
As long as we have money, right?
You glance towards the swinging door of the kitchen.
I get it. I just got the joke. He's like, they're all welcome. You see me being Randy? He's saying he's Randy, you know, like Randy? That's what he was saying.
Hell, this guy's insufferable. How long does it take to serve up some gray slop?
Did you catch the hanging?
Catch the hanging. Yes, I did, but I walked away because I didn't want to see it.
No, I didn't.
I missed it myself. I had to keep the doors of Randy's saloon open, you understand?
Remember, English common names are made by the English speakers, who often came from the old world, Europe, Asia, and Africa. That's right. Yes, because we would bring our names with us, historically, right? But then a lot of times, though, we would simplify those names. So even, European names, or, you might have had, well, if you go back far enough, okay, a lot of times people were named after where they lived. That was very common all across the world, Or they may have been named after a profession that the family carried through. But anyways, and then over time, you get different names in different languages and things like that. And I do know that at least in the U.S., a lot of people traveling, immigrants and everything, would get kind of a new name, a simplified version of their name, so that way Americans could pronounce it. You're a biologist? That's actually really cool. Got that wildlife type. Oh, I like that. I like wildlife-tism.
Just as well, really. That little Louis fella used to drink here a few times.
You're finishing your master's soon? Congratulations, that's so amazing.
Wouldn't have felt right to watch him go. Not like that, in front of everyone.
A look of melancholy flashes across Randy's face suddenly.
You knew him?
Sure did. Small little guy, that little Louis.
Y'all were friends, weren't you?
I knew he could be a sneaky son of a gun when he wanted to be, but I couldn't have guessed the extent of what he got up to. He was dull as dishwater.
See, this is also fueling my theory that this man was actually more innocent than we are led to believe. Dull as a dishwater.
Dull as dishwater?
A couple bullets shy of a full chamber. Not very bright.
He was a patsy.
What I mean is, I never took that little Louis for quite the villain he turned out to be.
Because he wasn't.
Played us all for a fool, I imagine.
I see.
I dare say I'm glad he was caught, God rest his soul.
Notice how MC keeps inching away from Randy.
Hopefully now with him gone, this town will settle down a bit.
He steps closer and she steps away. She's like, you can tell me from over there. Okay, tell me what you have in the fridge. I want to know.
It knows we need it. And if anyone was gonna catch the vomit, it would have to be Wildfire, of course.
Wildfire again? Can you tell me about Wildfire?
Randy looks at you in puzzlement.
Really? Surely a bounty hunter such as yourself knows all about Wildfire.
Well, I'm not from around these parts.
I don't know everything, okay?
And what parts of those, Australia? I figured any bounty hunter worth their salt would have heard about Wildfire.
You have a mini creme brulee cookie, a mini cannoli cookie, and a mini tiramisu cake. I am wildly jealous of you right now.
Well, Wildfire's the fiercest bounty hunter this side of Mississippi. Yes, sirree. Can shoot a man down in the blink of an eye. And speaking of eyes, that Wildfire has a gaze as cold as ice.
Randy shudders and stares off into the distance, as if he can feel Wildfire's gaze on him now.
This is the man people want to be a love interest, Yuri. This guy. People want to kiss him. They want to kiss that. Oh, okay. I mean, I would prefer someone with more teeth. Okay.
As cold as ice? Maybe that mysterious outlaw I encountered earlier was Wildfire all along.
For once, Yuri's not gonna, defend this one. Yuri said I have nothing.
Before you can ask anything more, a man comes from the swinging kitchen door and places a bowl of what can only be described as slop on the bar.
And here's your Randy's famous buffalo stew.
That's the buffalo stew. Do I have to eat it, even though I ordered it?
You enjoy that now, and make sure to eat it while it's piping hot. Brings out the flavor that way.
This man looks as dull as a smith's hammer. He's about as sharp as an anvil. He dumber than a bag of hammers. I'm not eating that.
It's just as gray and sad looking up close. But by this point, you're starving, so you're not about to complain.
I mean, I was expecting like, okay, it could look a little sludgy, fine, whatever. Sometimes food that looks gross is actually really delicious, but that does not look edible. It looks like it's charred.
You pay, Randy, take the stew and your drink, and walk to a table on the opposite side of the saloon, far away from Randy and his unsettling face.
I'm gonna need some more booze if I'm gonna eat that.
As you settle into your seat, you can't help but feel like you're being watched.
Who's watching me?
You glance around the saloon, your eyes scanning the smoky room for any signs of the mysterious outlaw. Only to catch sight of a woman instead, her gaze fixed on you as she sits with her back against the wall in the far corner.
Hi, ma'am. Hello. I see you're staring me down. You are very attractive, so I'm not entirely upset about it, but why are you staring at me like that?
The air is so dark and smoky that you struggle to make out her face, but something seems vaguely familiar about her.
Why are you familiar?
Then you hear a yell, followed by the sound of a chair toppling to the floor.
What did you just say?
What did you just say?
I said what I said. Maybe you ought to clean your ears out.
Ooh, get him.
I didn't ask for your lip, boy. You're right near crossing the line right now.
Ooh, really throwing down the insults.
The first man grabs a glass bottle from the table and smashes it, jutting the broken bottleneck towards the other man's neck.
Dang! Hi, Ash. Welcome, Stunner. Popping in to say hi because I have to run and write. Have fun writing. Yes. Are you writing your next great visual novel, Thornwood?
Looks like I need to teach you a lesson on respecting your superiors.
You know what? You can't be bored in this town. That's one thing for sure, okay? This town might be a lot of things, but it's definitely not boring. Is she available to date as an LI? Yes, she is. I'm pretty sure she is. She's on the cover, Asuna. I think she's an LI. Esh says have fun watching cowboys insult each other. Yes. Working on Thornwood. Gotta write at least 1,900 words a day. Every day! You know what? That's a really good way to kind of like manage your time, I suppose. You have like word goals. That's smart. This game looks awesome and I love the insults. I do too, and it does look awesome. Listen, it's like a movie because everything is acted out. Everything is very cinematic, you know? There's a lot of different scenes happening. It feels like more like I'm watching a movie than I'm playing a game. I'm gonna stay out of it. I'm just gonna watch this happen, okay? I'm entertained.
This ain't my rodeo. I'm not getting involved.
The exchange is punctuated by the squeak of wooden chair legs against the floorboards. You glance across the saloon. It's the same woman who was watching you just moments ago. There are hushed whispers from the surrounding tables.
Didn't I just put you away 2 days ago, cabron?
Did you hear her voice? She has like the sexiest voice ever. Oh my gosh. And she has an accent. MC just pulling out the popcorn and 3D glasses to watch. That's exactly what's happening. I'm like, y'all have fun fighting over there. I don't care. Your wife? You like her more and more already. Listen, okay, I like her too. The only thing I don't like is she swooped in and took my bounty away from me. Because I have a feeling that she's the wildfire. That's what I think. That's my theory. It hasn't been proven yet. But watch me be right, I could tell.
Don't talk to me like that, you darn uppity bitch.
Excuse me, don't talk to our baddie like that. How dare you? I might actually have to step in and whap you in the face.
Know your place. You and the rest of you bootlickers.
Bootlickers? Who do you think you're talking to, sir? Listen, okay? I hope she kicks your ass.
I don't know why y'all act so darn terrified around some woman.
Kick his ass.
I'll show you. There ain't nothing to be afraid of.
You watch as he reaches for the gun in his back waistband.
Why do you think she doesn't have a gun?
But before he can draw, you hear a click. The honky-tonk piano falters mid-tune, and the whole saloon goes silent. You look back at the woman and see a glint of a gun held at her hip, aimed directly at the man.
Take your pathetic counterfeit silver and find some other saloon to darken.
Tell him.
Don't make me waste a bullet on you.
See? She shut him up real fast.
After a few tense moments, the man grumbles in resignation and shuffles out of the saloon.
And she outdraws him because she's faster than a rattlesnake. Yes, she is.
You hear some more whispers before the tack piano starts up again.
Oh my God. She really is so cool, I agree. You know what? Bone. Bride.
Almost immediately, the ambience is more or less returned to normal. Then, you sense the woman glancing at you, and you catch eyes as she puts her gun back in her holster. In that moment, you remember where you recognize her from, but there's no way.
I love her outfit too. She's a stunner. She's very stylish. Let's take a look. I love her hat. I love her hairstyle too, that big braid. She's got really long hair, thick hair. I love this whole, everything. The skirt with the bullets in there. Look at the bullets across her skirt. It's part of the outfit. Hey, Justana, I see you over there.
Could it really be? Santana de la Mora, your rival from your youth.
Hi, Santana. I see it's you again. We're enemies to lovers. We're rivals to lovers. Look, and her gun matches her outfit. I love this outfit. She is so cool. Santana?
Santana? Is that you?
She raises an eyebrow, and the corner of her lips pull up in what you interpret to be a smile.
It's you.
Taking this as an invitation, you grab your untouched bowl of Randy's famous buffalo stew and your drink, and head to her table. Santana barely acknowledges you as you take a seat. She just leans back in her chair as she pulls a small tin and a box of matches from her pocket, discarding her gloves.
You know what? I agree. Enemies to lovers is one of my favorite tropes. Of all. One of my favorites.
She places a cigar between her lips, strikes a match on the table, and lights it. The silence stretches, and a nervous edge creeps in. You can't help but feel like you've wasted her time by approaching her with nothing to say.
I don't have anything to say except for, hey, how's it going, girl? It's been a while since we last talked. Anyway, are you single? You dating someone? Tell me the tea. What's going on with you, girl? I'm gonna ask her a question.
So, what do you reckon makes Randy's famous buffalo stew so famous?
She raises an eyebrow at your choice of question, but doesn't miss a beat.
Probably because it's gonna make us sick.
I suppose it's famous for how universally undesired it is.
Mm-hmm.
You laugh quietly, and she gives you a slight smile.
Do you live here now in Cortez Creek? Or are you just passing through?
Oh, I'm here and there.
That's not much of an answer.
And you? Just visiting to collect a bounty here?
How is it that everyone here seems to know my business? I guess gossip travels fast in Cortez Creek.
You know, one thing that I am noticing in this game, so, you know how a lot of times games will help you figure out who is speaking? Now, in visual novels, it's not always clear which person is speaking. We know who these people are. We know who Jolene is, so it's obvious when at this point when Jolene is speaking. But there are times when you'll be reading a visual novel and there'll be multiple characters on a screen and somebody's talking, and especially if they're new, you might not actually know who's talking. So I notice in this game that the character who's talking will like move forward and backwards. You know, they'll shift side to side a little bit instead of the lips moving, which is actually a clever way if you're not going to, you know, code in the lip movements, which I would imagine to be more technically difficult or demanding of resources or something like that, versus just having them just kind of shift side by side with their sprite. That's actually really clever. Let us know who's talking.
Santana smirks and taps the ash off the end of her cigar.
Or you know, a change in the sprite. Like Santana she changed her pose just now. So when she talks, we know who they're talking about.
Actually, I just overheard you talking to Randy a few moments ago. Which bounty was that then?
I was after that little Louis guy. Traveled a few days across the desert just for him. But someone got to him first. Some bounty hunter they call Wildfire.
Santana smirks and takes another drag from her cigar as she watches you. Fearing more awkward silence, you keep talking. Rambling, to be more precise.
I don't know. Maybe you had the same problem when you first got here. Everyone treats me like an outsider, and yet somehow they still expect me to know all the unwritten rules about this place.
I know, rude.
Like who this Wildfire guy is. Frankly, I'm sick of hearing about him. He's just another bounty hunter. He can't be that impressive.
Girl, you're talking to Wildfire right now.
Well, they do say that Wildfire's the best there is, but I'm not so sure.
Why not?
Huh, why not?
If he's as good as they say, why would he waste his time being a bounty hunter, chasing after petty criminals and lowlifes? Why not do something practical with that talent?
You frown, unsure if she meant that as an insult to you, having just announced yourself as a bounty hunter.
Girl, are you trying to start something with me?
But a quick glance at her face suggests she meant no offense. She's staring thoughtfully into space, her arms crossed, with one hand lightly holding the cigar at her lips.
Because she's Wildfire.
Your gaze settles on her hand. You can't help but notice her knuckles are bruised and bloody.
Huh.
Because she's been fighting.
What an odd sight for someone with such delicate hands.
You're tempted to ask her what she does for a living. Most folk wouldn't expect to see a woman drinking alone in a saloon in a town like Cortez Creek, except for ladies of the night, of course.
She's tough, okay? She can fight, right? She can like whip out that gun in 2 seconds flat. It less than that, you know? She's a fighter.
Then again, Santana never followed the rules, not even as a kid. But before you can ask, she leans forward slightly, regarding you.
This little Louis Shepherd. I presume you attended the hanging. What did you make of him?
You know what? Something felt weird. I think that he was a patsy.
I don't know. Something maybe seemed a little off about the whole thing.
And for those of you who don't know what the term someone being a patsy means, it's like a slang term. But basically it means like someone who's taking the fall for somebody else. You know, like you set somebody up to be a patsy to take on the punishment for something that you did. A scapegoat, exactly.
You don't look at her directly, but you feel her eyes dart towards your face.
Off? In what way?
He looks smug. He didn't do it alone or he's not guilty. He ain't guilty.
Honestly, I don't think little Louis did it.
Santana's expression doesn't change, but you feel the intensity of her gaze.
First of all, how could one guy commit all of those crimes on his own, let alone someone as unimpressive looking as little Louis? It just doesn't add up. Then there's what people have said about him.
Yeah, nobody's like, yeah, I could, you know, he's dumb, okay? We know that. He's not smart enough to carry out a lot of the things that they were saying about him. And he not only was he potentially not smart enough to be able to do all of that, pull it all off on his own. He doesn't have the intelligence or the learning or the wherewithal to be able to defend himself against people who want to use him as a scapegoat. What Randy said, what the hotel owner said, what the mysterious outlaw said. All of these. I'm going to bring up the mysterious outlaw because I have the hots for him and I want to see him again.
You think back to your encounter with the mysterious outlaw. He seemed to think there was something suspicious going on about little Louie's involvement, something that didn't make total sense.
There was this one guy I spoke to.
He was really hot, by the way.
It made it seem like there may be more to it than meets the eye.
Definitely.
She says nothing, but there's a slight upward tug in the corner of her lips. Almost like she's smiling. It goes silent between the two of you once again, and you let your curiosity get the better of you.
Why do you ask?
Santana just looks at you and leans back into her chair, her expression impenetrable, like she's assessing you.
Another stunning CG.
Sizing up your worth. A few moments pass and it becomes clear you're not going to get an answer. Santana certainly seems harder to read than you remember. It's difficult to put your finger on exactly how, but you get a sense that something's troubling her.
They did do a hell of a job. Everything's beautiful.
Perhaps she's a bounty hunter too, and she's feeling low because she also missed out on the reward to Wildfire, just like you.
Okay, so maybe she's not Wildfire. I swear!
Which would explain why she resorted to drinking away her sorrows in the shadows of Randy's saloon, just like you.
How long are you staying in Cortes Creek?
However long you are, that's very flirty.
That depends.
What?
However long you're staying.
Yes! Hit her up! Hey, but will that hurt my chances of getting with mysterious masked man over there? Because that's the one I really want.
Santana's eyes flicker up at your words, but she says nothing more.
Actually, I'm just here for the one night. The only reason I came here was for the bounty on little Louie, but now that's no more, I'll have to seek out other pastures. Cortes Creek ain't exactly my idea of a good time. Plus, it seems like that Wildfire probably has a monopoly on just about every criminal in the area by the sounds of it.
You think that the mysterious outlaw was Wildfire? But it didn't seem like the outlaw was the type to want to, turn him in. You know? I don't really see him as wanting to, turn that guy in and get a bounty for him. I don't know, he just doesn't give me bounty hunter vibes.
Santana chuckles. Just as you think you've finally managed to warm her up enough to get some semblance of a conversation flowing, she stands up, knocks back the last of her drink, and places the glass back down on the table.
Shame you're not sticking around any longer. It might have been fun to put you in your place again, for old time's sake.
Yes, for old time's sake.
You perk up. That was unmistakably an invitation to stick around, right?
She's totally hitting on me.
But before you can reply, she glances down at your rank bowl of buffalo stew.
It's goat, by the way.
Oh.
Nearest buffalo isn't for 500 miles. That's probably what makes it so famous.
I've had goat before. It was good.
Without waiting for a response, she puts her hat on and walks away, disappearing into the smoky saloon air.
It probably doesn't do anything different for the fact that Randy can't cook.
The memories of your youth are patchy, but even now she carries that same aura you remember, like an untamed force, capable of bending everything around her into a dazed frenzy.
I believe that.
You glance down at your bowl of buffalo, goat, stew.
Puking in the chat. It does not. It looks so disgusting. Goat's harder to cook, so I bet it tastes worse. Ew, you're probably right. Oh God. Thank you for the puking in the chat. There we go. There it is.
Your stomach growls, demanding sustenance.
You think that Edgar, or whatever his name was, that he's not an outlaw, but something else? Suspicious. Definitely doesn't look appetizing at all. Would you eat that, Asuna? I wouldn't eat it. I'd be like, you know what? It's fine. Someone else can have it. I'm just gonna leave it here. I'm full. Eat the stew or don't eat the stew. Watch me get I'm curious. Let's save it. Should I eat it, y'all? You'd rather have Vienna sausages? Me too. Okay, this is for science. I just want to see if it's going to poison me and kill me and give me a game over. And then I have to end up back here and pick something else.
You swallow down the knot in your throat, pick up your spoon, and dig in. The tough, dry meat is as unpleasant as you feared, like chewing on leather straps.
Ugh.
After emptying your bowl, you wipe your mouth with the back of your hand and get up to leave.
I can't believe I ate that.
Well, how was Randy's famous buffalo stew?
It was terrible. I think I'm gonna die now. You know what? I'm gonna lie because I can't say it to his face. No.
It was divine. I understand why everyone raves about it so.
Did you have to lie that hard? You could have been like, it was fine. It was edible. I ate it. You know? Did you have to like lie to that degree?
Well, calling me tickled. I figured you'd think so. Oh, before you go, I see you got yourself acquainted. Mighty impressive, if I may say so.
Acquainted? What do you mean?
Are you talking about... who are you talking about?
Why, acquainted with Wildfire, of course.
I knew it!
Real good job charming her like that. I've never seen her talk that much to a single soul.
Oh my God, I was so right.
Clearly, you got some kind of way with the ladies that simple folk like me would only dream to possess.
I do have a way with the ladies.
He walks away to serve a customer at a nearby table, leaving you standing in bewilderment.
Lord, he's dumber than a dime box full of pennies. Also, yep, you were right. I was right.
Santana? Santana is Wildfire?
Mercifully, nights in Cortez Creek are far cooler than its days. You make your way back to the hotel, the stars above shining so brightly they cast shadows around you. You feel a bit foolish, realizing you spent an entire conversation with Santana without realizing she was Wildfire.
We're probably thinking about what we said to hope, like, oh God, I hope I didn't say anything too offensive.
No wonder she spent half the conversation smirking.
Why didn't she just tell me?
But if she was Wildfire, that would make her the recipient of that massive bounty on little Louie's head.
She was teasing us.
So if she had all that money, why did she seem so down?
Because she knew he was innocent.
And her comment at the end, she wanted you to stay longer, right? You weren't just making that up.
Oh, she totally wants me to stay longer. Does this change my opportunity to canoodle with this hottie on today's boyfriend? Because that's the one I still want. Okay, y'all. I'm being delusional, okay? The reason why I'm saying that, I'm being delulu. But if I could have more screen time with Edgar, that's what I want. I'm being delulu.
Who am I kidding? She was just saying that to be polite. Or maybe she was even being sarcastic.
Yep.
Anyway, there's no way she meant it like that.
You ponder the comment in your head, weighing your options. You didn't like Cortez Creek one bit, that's for sure. But truth be told, you like the idea of leaving town empty-handed after such a long journey even less. You might be willing to stay if there were more bounties to be collected, but the place seems overrun with competition, not least by Wildfire herself. Despite Santana's half-hearted invitation to stay, you stick with your plan. Up at dawn, saddle your horse, and ride out. You turn the corner to the last stretch of path to your hotel. The air feels heavier, quieter, almost as though...
It's always this moment when the ghost shows up, okay? We're about to get haunted. We're about to get attacked. We're about to get chomped by a monster.
Then, out of the shadows, a dark figure steps into view.
A thief? Or the mysterious outlaw again?
You instinctively reach for your gun, but then the figure holds up their hands, showing you they're unarmed.
I won't take much of your time.
She lowers her hands and takes a step towards you.
You seek gold. You were right to come here. There's an enormous wealth of it, right beneath our very feet. If only you could see through to reach it.
Her cryptic words raise dozens of questions in your head, but all you can do is stare as she reaches out a long, sleeved arm to place something in your hand.
Who are you?
Hold on a moment. Who are you?
Who I am is not important.
Yes, it is. I have to know who you are before I open up this parcel. You could be trying to chomp me.
All you need to know is that I'm someone who wants to help.
How do I know I can trust you?
I believe you can help save this town.
Her tone softens slightly, as if recognizing your unease.
My reasons will become clear in time. For now, you must trust me.
You have to give me a reason to trust you.
It has been a long and tiresome day, and you're at your wit's end with her vague riddles.
Show me your face.
You find yourself taking a small step forward impatiently.
Look, lady, I don't have the slightest clue what you're talking about. You clearly have me mistaken for somebody else. I have no link to this town, to this county. I'm not here to solve your puzzles. I just came here for the gold. And I missed my chance. So I'm not sticking around. Find someone else for your riddles.
The woman flinches at your tone. You feel a pang of regret as she retreats by some degree.
It needs to be you because I've watched you. You're true of heart, an outsider, someone whose judgment is unclouded by loss and personal circumstance.
How do you know anything about me?
This town needs you, whether you realize it or not.
What do you mean you've watched me? For how long?
You are the only one who can uncover the truth.
What are you talking about?
You hesitate, not sure how to react to that.
I've said more than I should. I must go, and so should you.
She's something, Asuna. I don't know what she is, but she's something.
The fog is beginning to roll in.
What do I do?
Hang on. What do you want me to do with...
But your plea is left unanswered as the woman disappears back into the shadows as quickly as she came, leaving you standing alone in the street.
How are you gonna just show up to somebody, say all that mysterious stuff, and then when we're like, okay, well, what do you want from me? And then you just disappear without telling me. I can't help you. I can't help you if I don't have any information. Okay? What the hell?
What did she mean by an enormous wealth right below our feet? Was it literal? You tap your heel against the dirt, half expecting a hollow echo, but it's just solid ground. You're aware the gold mine up in the hills is what funds this town's hustle, but surely it doesn't stretch below Cortez Creek itself, or does it? At that moment, you remember the canvas-wrapped parcel in your hand, nearly forgotten in the confusion of that vague exchange.
Well, Asuna, Santana is the childhood rival, and ended up being the bounty hunter Wildfire. So this person, then who's this person? I don't know if we know this person from our past or not, but they certainly seem to know quite a bit about us.
Common sense tells you not to open it here, where there could be thieves hiding in any corner, but your curiosity gets the better of you. Holding it up to the moonlight, You untie the knot. The fabric falls away to reveal a folded piece of parchment and a small gold nugget.
Watch it be fool's gold. Fool's gold is in the title.
Gold. The very thing you came here for. So why does it feel like the start of something much bigger? A jolt of awareness snaps you back to your senses, and you quickly pocket the nugget before anyone sees. The gold isn't the prize, you realize. It's the proof, a promise, her way of proving that her story isn't just a fanciful tale.
That's right, Dragon Area. It's a cowboy game. I even had a hat earlier today. I was trying to kind of dress up to the theme, but the hat won't stay on my head. It won't stay on my head. But we gave it a good try, Also, my outfit, it's slightly to theme, Here, look, let me show you my outfit. I was trying to dress up. I was trying to dress up a little bit like MC. I saw a picture of MC where she kind of had an outfit like this, just a little bit. But anyway, yeah, the hat won't stay on. But you know what? Yeehaw. That's for you.
Her way of telling you that there's more gold out there, waiting, and you've been granted an invitation to claim it. Your heart pounding. You unfold the piece of parchment. Will it contain instructions on how to dig up the rest of the gold? Or a map, perhaps? But as you squint at the paper, your brow furrows.
Also, for those of you who are on the YouTube side of things, if you're new here, hello, I'm Roo Jitteroo, and if you're one of the 80% of people who watch my videos but you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give my stream a like. It really helps a small channel out. And thank you so much for hanging out and considering joining me again. Yes. Now let's continue our story. This is Miller McCabe. SLS, all that glitters. But as you squint at the paper, your brow furrows.
Miller McCabe. SLS.
Black Knight says I have a lot of historic and modern Western clothes. I'm a big Western and cowboy nerd. I even do Western-style shooting sports and historic reenactments. I strongly appreciate that. That's pretty amazing. You should definitely tell us all the facts. Tell us facts like you're a tour guide through the wild, wild West. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Actually, I have quite a few Western type of clothes too. I have quite a few and I don't wear them nearly enough. So I appreciate the opportunity to wear them sometimes.
All that glitters.
And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break some mold.
You stare at the paper, like you're hoping some pattern might emerge from what looks like 6 very unrelated words.
And all that glitters ain't gold.
But it doesn't. Perhaps these words are only part of the story. Perhaps the other half lies somewhere in this town, waiting to be discovered. Clutching the paper in one hand and the gold nugget in the other, you head back to the hotel.
Welcome back from ad jail. Oh no! That's the end of the demo. Okay, y'all, we're all gonna go to Steam and share our thoughts. I thought this was awesome. What'd you think about it, Black Knight? Okay, here's what I thought. I thought that the vibes, the atmosphere, well done. Also, it had a good amount of action to it. In a very short amount of time, I feel like I had a good introduction to all of the main characters and the environment. I would have liked to see something a little bit creepy happen. I know there's monsters in this, and that we did have a creepy dream, and there was blood on the wall, so we did have a good introduction to the drama of this game. But I will say, ultimately, ultimately, I think it's great. I'm really looking forward to it. I will be looking for the rest of this game when it comes out. When the full games come, I'm in. I love the voice acting. I love the Western. I love the vibes. The art is stunning, I will say that. My one thing, and this is just for the demo, I would have liked to see a little bit more. So some of the best demos that I've seen, they have a little bit of a story to them, like a complete story within the demo. And even though they leave you on a cliffhanger even still, but I think the best kind of demo still leaves me feeling satisfied in a way, like I saw something crazy, or I saw, I didn't just meet everybody, but I had a little bit of something happened, basically. And then leaving me on a cliffhanger after something crazy happened, and then they're like, oh, but there's more coming, the monster's still out there, or there's another monster, you know what I mean? Yeah, like some kind of a climax to like a short narrative. And so the best demos that I've seen do that really well. And that's not a criticism on the game itself. I think the game itself is going to be amazing. Also, I love the characters. They all have their distinct personalities. They're very likable. They're very hot. They're intriguing. I want to know more. I also want to know what Edgar looks like without his mask. Real. But I like it. Well done. Okay, y'all, we're not done yet, okay? I knew that this was going to be a shorter demo. So, if you take a look at the title, we're going to also play a game called Fool's Love. The second game, called Fool's Glove, is by Yuno, who is in our community. You know I'm right. And it's not a demo, it's a complete game. It was for a game jam, I think. And it's really short, so we should be able to finish it pretty quick, but perfect because it's a fool's gold kind of a night. It's a Western night. This time we're gonna have a monster boyfriend, okay? Monster boyfriend. Let's go. Hold on just a moment while I swap games. Hello, stunners. Welcome back. We are about to play another Western monster game. That's right. Let me tell you a little bit about Fool's Love. Date or death, running for my life from the Fool's Gold monster. But what if I can charm him instead? The dev is Yuno. You know I'm right. You can find this game on itch.io. There is a link in the description on YouTube. Looks like we're gonna get some monster loving in here. Let's go. Okay, it's 1 hunter and 4 survivors. We have to figure out machines to get out. The hunter's out there to eliminate us. The game is about us today, okay? It's about me, Rue Jitteroo. Your name is set to Rue. Is that correct? Yes. So, you guys aren't related at all? Norton. Prospector doesn't seem to appreciate your comment. Under different circumstances, he would have retorted with a sarcastic remark, but not when you are currently healing him. The match started with you, him, acrobat, and toy merchant. Mike's stunts definitely had flair. However, they didn't prevent him from getting eliminated first. Soon came Anne's turn. She took her flight too late. At least, she had the insight to find you at the beginning to give you what was in her toy box. Also, this is a fan game for something that I'm not familiar with. If anyone here knows what its the reference material is, let me know. At the beginning of every match, a random item spawns in her toy box. All that is left is you, a grumpy teammate and a gun, and of course, the hunter. Perfect. Nothing to be anxious about at all. Get off me now. My health bar is full. Your friend, You don't know if the sentiment is reciprocated. Stands up and dusts himself off. He is certainly more short-tempered than usual. What's the progress? Last cipher. You give the metallic machine a pat. It's at 45%. Without another word, he goes to decode what is left of the cipher machine. You follow suit. By any chance, did you see Fool's Gold on your way here? That freak was at the chapel. Pretty far from here. Hopefully he takes his sweet time searching that side of the map before coming here. A pickaxe lands on a nearby wall, just a little to the left, and you both would have taken a hit. Seriously, who were you fooling? Pun unintended. Fool's Gold never takes his time with anything, including killing survivors. Considering the fact that he looks like your man, Norton from Identity V. You hear the wall cracks, and you don't need to be told twice. You flee as fast as you can, with Fool's Gold hot on your trail, or Identity 5. Norton doesn't move from his spot. You hate when the hunter finds you. Hunters will always catch up to survivors. You run, they walk, or float depending on who it is, and they are still faster than you. That's unfortunately how the game works. So, the only thing that matters is to buy time as much as possible for your teammates to decode before the inevitable takedown. To do that, survivors rely on their character abilities or tricks. In your case, you don't know how to contain the hunter, and your ability is no use for it. Okay? We're about to get taken out is what's happening. Your ability makes you decode faster. It's absolutely no help when it comes to stalling hunters, let alone a maniac who throws an axe with deadly precision. Back to the present time, where you are running for your life while Norton couldn't care less. Norton, get your ass over here and help me. He resumed decoding the cipher machine once Fool's Gold took an interest in chasing you. That little. You are a container. Help me. Get your butt over here. Run! You continue running. Vault! You successfully vault the window, giving you a boost to run faster. Run! Get out of here, girl. Man, I don't have a whole lot of time to make choices. Put the pallet down. You successfully put the pallet down, momentarily blocking the hunter's path. Okay. Vault again. You got fooled. Better luck next time. Did I just get killed? No. Keep running. You continue running. Run. No. Pallet down. No. Okay, run. Yes. Vault. Yes. Pallet down. Yes. Run. Run. It looks like you might be able to escape. You can't believe you managed to stay alive this long. That might have been your best run to date. But you have enough common sense to know your luck will run out soon. It's a lot of action for a dating game, real. A lot of quick time events. Running back toward Prospector, you plead. Norton! All right. Good grief, I'm coming. Shut up, Norton. Just get over here and help me. He decides to finally prioritize your well-being over his decoding progress. Dashing in behind you, he now serves as a wall between you and Fool's Gold. When this happens, the hunter has two choices. They can either attack the survivor who intervened and switch their attention to them, or ignore them and continue chasing their original target. Does the monster have a voice in the original game that this is based off of? Unfortunately for you, option 2 wins. After all, A decoder makes for better prey than a container. Listen, Norton and Fool's Gold can get it. What does Norton look like, I wonder? Norton does a quick scan of the area. A pallet is right ahead of you both. In a surprising act of heroism and kindness, he throws his magnet to you, pushing you toward it and himself straight into Fool's Gold. In this instant, you need to pull down the pallet behind you to momentarily block Fool's Gold's path and create more distance between you two. But of course, your clumsiness kicks in, and instead, you drop the pallet in front of you. Oh no! Rue, are you serious? Ouch! Great job! You lost the precious seconds Norton bought you by having to vault over the pallet after he took the hit. You swear you heard Fool's Gold's husky chuckle after that. The hit gave Norton a boost, making him catch up to you. He looks at you completely deadpan. You should die. Pardon? Not like that. Both of us winning the match ain't gonna happen. Just let me jump in the dungeon. Are you for real? The hunter's pickaxe destroys the surrounding walls, along with the pallet and window, forcing you and Prospector to continue ahead into the open space. It allows him to creep closer. You don't even want to look behind you. Hold this. He shoves his magnet into your hands. What? It takes only a few seconds for you to get propelled right into your adversary's arms. Or arm, in this case. All right, I have to take a look at this. Oh, wow, that's them. My gosh. I feel like Norton probably has an accent, a British one. Whoa. I have to check this game out. It looks adequately creepy and also whimsical at the same time. Wow. I got propelled right into the monster man's arms. I'm not mad at that. He was a minor. He's blushing at me. Why are you blushing? I'll skin you alive, Norton. Stay still. Stay still. We're gonna try to riz him up, okay? He's already blushing. I might be able to escape with my life if I riz him up. Do you come here often? Hey, maybe if you play nice, he won't immediately smack you with his weapon. Worth a try, at least.
You do know what position you are in, don't you?
It could be worse. Hullabaloo scares the hell out of me.
Hullabaloo. The guy with the colorful makeup and jumpsuit. That's Hullabaloo.
Listen, he looks like a mashup of a clown and a zombie. Two of the most unnerving things ever imagined. The arm he had previously used to catch you tightens around your waist, pulling you closer to him. Oh my! He leans down slightly, his voice growing lower.
And I don't frighten you.
Not with that tone. Being hunted down by you is probably one of my top 5 scariest experiences, but up close like this, you don't look half bad. Yes, monster love, riz him up. You'll take him too. Real. He doesn't say anything for a moment, then gives you a slight smirk.
Same for you, doll.
Against all odds, after making your heart skip a beat for a reason other than adrenaline, he lets go of you and gently pushes you to the side. Oh! He makes his way to your douchebag of a teammate. You stand there, frozen, still trying to process what just happened when you hear the mortal ding. Second hit. Norton is down. Darn it! Nothing can be done from this point onward. He already got chaired twice before this. As he flies away, you hear him screaming. Ah! You son of a bitch! You will never understand why he hates him so much. Though no time to think about that. Fool's gold is likely already on his way back to you. Think. You have two options. You can either try to find the dungeon, or go back to the last cipher you were decoding and complete it to unlock the gate exits. Perhaps your friend had made good progress while you were being pursued. Searching for the dungeon is too predictable. He is probably going to wait for me there. I will go to see the cipher. Finding your way to the cipher is difficult, as just as quickly as you lost Fool's Gold, he seemed to find you again. Prospector was gone and you were alone. There was nobody to tempt Fool's Gold with now. Your breath is hot as you vault through openings and across dropped pallets, maneuvers that you have grown accustomed to, but which fatigue you all the same. Close behind you, he is hot on your trail. Even without looking, you can still sense him, the heat of his labored breath and the metallic grind of his pickaxe against decaying wood. A cackle echoes through the fog.
Where are you?
His tone is playful, teasing. He is near, so near, too near. You crouch behind a rock, both hands placed firmly over your mouth to quiet your breathing. He let you escape earlier. Why was that? Was he just playing with you, like a sick game of rabbit and fox, trying to draw it out for as long as possible? Your guts twist into knots inside of you, and you force a hand down upon your stomach in order to stop yourself from trying to untangle them. MC, too near. You, Yuri, come closer. Monster Man. Calm yourself. A twig snaps, causing your stifled breath to abruptly catch in your throat. Your pulse quickens, almost twice as fast as a terrified rabbit. But there is something else with it, something strange and difficult to discern from the tight tangles of your insides. Something that brings a sickeningly devilish smile to your lips, invisible to anybody except to yourself. Shh! Ting! The scrapping of his pickaxe getting closer. The rush of adrenaline making every hair on your body stand on end, making you want to run so fast that your legs give out, scream so much that your lungs give out. The boulder above your head fragments with the sturdy swing of a pickaxe. His pickaxe. Shards of silvery boulder powder your head. You crane up to see Fool's Gold's haunting face loom over yours. His eyes are so focused, so trained on you, the spitting image of a predator. And that grin, the way his teeth pull at the fragile skin of his lips, displaying sheer bliss and hunger.
Found you.
The words are sing-song, but his voice is rough and callous. Two stones scraping against each other, how fitting. Yuri is thirsty for the Monster Man. Is it supposed to be quiet right here? Did I accidentally mute something? You hadn't paid any mind to it before, but now it is all you can think about. He's close enough that you can feel the heat of his breath warm your face, but your mind is in shambles, which makes it hard to think of an escape plan. Smooth talk your way out of it or count on your agility and run for it. Oh, we're smooth talking. Your face flushes red and hot, hopefully just from the warmth of his heavy breaths. It's difficult to string together sentences in the state that you're in, but it's life or death, and you might as well try to survive. Wow, looks like you found me, but I think that I'm actually the one that found you. Smooth one, Rue. The words feel unnatural on your tongue, and for some reason, you feel nervous about taking up a flirtatious tone all of a sudden. It's not as if you were being genuine. Were you? Fool's gold smirk compresses down into a tight-lipped smile as he looks you up and down. And he's blushing at me. He likes what he sees.
So, is that what this is now? You're trying to take the upper hand of the situation.
His grin returns and he leans in closer to examine you, unlodging his pickaxe from the boulder behind you as he does so. You avert your eyes from his piercing gaze, your chest filling with a winding serpent of nettles. Yuri says, I do like being on top, sir. For some reason, you just can't make eye contact with him.
What is it? Cat got your tongue. You were so bold before, now you look so shy.
The nettles in your chest constrict even tighter, causing shivers to run up your spine as he moves closer to you. How can I not be shy when...
When what?
You were blowing it. Say anything. It doesn't have to be good. Please. When someone like you is standing right in front of me. You sputter out the words, a brilliant red spreading out over your cheeks. Fool's Gold pauses a moment before reaching out his empty hand towards your face. This is it? This is the end? You scrunch your eyes shut tightly, preparing for impact. But what you assumed would be a chokehold on your throat turns out to instead be the lightest brush of a stony claw against your cheek. You can't tell if it's hot or cold, as it leaves a burning sensation that could easily pass as either one. What you can assume to be his thumb grazes across your cheek, leaving a stinging sensation in its wake. Before your instincts kick in enough to finally scramble backwards in the slick grass. You claw at the ground, pulling yourself up, and finally propelling your legs into motion.
How cute. Can't even handle a brief touch of the cheek.
Behind you, you see him make a show of gathering himself up, just slow enough to give you enough time to escape. What was that? Another ploy. While running, you touched the cheek where his stone claw had remained for maybe 2 seconds only. Drawing your fingers back, you find pieces of stuffing stuck to your damp fingertips. He had cut your cheek open. Ow!
Keep running. I'll catch you again really soon anyways.
How dare you cut my cheek like that? You can hear his hearty laugh reverberate around, coming from every direction at once. For some reason, you find yourself grinning wildly as your strides grow longer and you gain more distance. You hope that his words are a promise, because you can't wait. Finally, the cipher. Running to it and beginning your process of decoding, you find that it is taking far too long for your liking. You stamp your foot impatiently, knowing that fool's gold will find you again if you aren't careful and quick. The other survivors were gone, which, though preferred at times, leaves you on edge. If only Prospector were here to help. Maybe this moment would be a little bit less stressful. The cipher decodes painstakingly slow while you contemplate your isolation. Even before they had been killed, they never stuck by you. Did they just not care enough to remember you, or even want to protect you? How come you were missing them now that they were gone, even when they never treated you well? Shk-ting, shk-ting. That scraping. Focusing back to the task at hand, you realize that the cipher is still not cracked. Come on, come on! Shk-ting, shk-ting. The sound is clearer now. Once again, too close for comfort. Holding your breath, the cipher finally clicks into place, making you want to sigh with relief that you can't afford right now. Diving quickly around the corner, you know that you just barely escaped him when you hear his noisy approach that is punctuated by the heavy thumps of his feet. From where you stand, back to wall, you can just barely see the tip of his pickaxe as he shifts his weight from side to side. He sniffs the air noiselessly, but his mouth is barred in an exhale, like how an animal would absorb the smells around them when hunting. You can only hope that the damp smell of grass and the thick, saturated air would make it harder for him to smell the gallons of sweat that you are currently coated in. What should you do? You could run, but there was no guarantee that you would escape in time, especially with him already in close proximity. Or you could use your gun, which you knew only had one bullet left in its cylinder. You had been saving it, but at the distance you were at right now, you just might be able to seriously wound him. Run for it while you still have the chance, or take a shot at fool's gold with your revolver. I don't think anything different is going to happen if I run. I think I should take a shot at him. You know? I don't think it's going to do anything. It's not going to help. But it might advance the story differently. Pulling your revolver out of its holster and spinning the cylinder with a clicking whir, you jump out from your hiding spot with your gun cocked and ready to fire. One shot, one chance. You have only a second to take aim and steady yourself before you pull the trigger and fire at his chest. And in that 1 second, he somehow has just enough time to notice you, close the distance between you both, and rip the gun from your hands mid-fire, sending your final bullet spiraling into a tree nearby. Oh, he's mad. His powerful grip is no match for your even... His powerful grip is no match for even your anxious two-fisted grip on the revolver, and he easily throws it far out of reach. If it weren't already made useless by your lack of ammo, it was made even more useless now by not being in your possession at all.
Found you.
He smiles as his pickaxe trails behind him and into the air, coming down in a swift and awe-inspiring wave in your exact direction. Rolling to the side, you just narrowly miss the swing of his weapon as it stabs into the ground where you were just standing.
Get over here.
You were definitely not going to, as the time that it was taking him to wrestle his pickaxe out of the hungry ground was time you desperately needed to flee. He sounded more irritated than excited by your decision. Had you done something wrong? You keep running until you're out of breath and your legs are sore. You could no longer hear the sounds of the crows. as you usually would when scrambling from cipher to cipher. In fact, you haven't heard any other noises for quite a long time now. It fills you with dread and somehow makes you even more on edge than usual. Your game with Fool's Gold had grown into a sort of rhythmic dance. Cipher, hide, listen, wait, run, hide, listen, wait, listen, cipher, run again. Every successful evasion left you thrumming with adrenaline and excitement and made the tension between you and Fool's Gold more tangible. It would cause you both to run faster, make riskier and bolder plays. It would even cause his forearms to tense more than usual as he swung his pickaxe with a paralyzing strength that you could only just narrowly avoid. You were giving him the challenge that you had promised him, that at times you didn't know you even had in you. But with the threat of getting your head caved in, your vocal cords crushed, or even worse, proving yourself to be no threat to him at all, you were somehow discovering a newfound resilience when it came to your dance with death. A lone crow caws nearby, breaking yourself out of your trance. It seems not all the wildlife had vanished just yet, proving that you weren't alone. But were you ever truly alone with Fool's Gold at your tail? Your best chance at survival now would be to find a dungeon and get out as fast as possible before your legs gave out, which would be very soon. You listen intently for any signs of danger before closing your eyes and taking a deep breath while resting your palms on your trembling knees. When you open your eyes, on the ground in front of you, there is a chest that you hadn't noticed before. Huh? When did that get here? You are defenseless and lacking any other helpful items to fight off Fool's Gold. It's very much a video game. Maybe it would be a good idea to take a look. Why not? There could be something useful in there. You crouch down and draw back the lid of the hefty chest. Please don't chomp me. Before you even have a chance to see what's inside, you're pushed forward and into its scratchy wood. Oh, I should have known this was going to happen. Then something yanks your ankle and pulls you backwards, causing you to sprawl out face down in the dirt. Someone saved me.
What are you looking for?
You rescued me from the mimic treasure chest. You recognize the voice at once, and immediately your brows furrow. Yuri says it's up to you if you do want to play Identity 5, but recently they have been using AI, so you had to drop it. But it was good while it lasted. Oh, good to know. Something you wouldn't like. You can hear him snarl, which then distorts and gives shape to a laugh.
Huh? Is that so? I doubt it.
You raise your head a bit, trying to get a good look at him, and also get a chance to survey your surroundings, but almost immediately you feel something press against the back of your skull that forces you to the ground again.
Not yet. I'd like to savor this if you don't mind.
You feel the pressure move from the top of your skull to the nape of your neck, and then slowly down along your spine. It is easy to identify the object caressing you as his pickaxe, the blunt handle instead of the sharp metal prong. It slowly slithers down your spine like a xylophone, taking in every indentation and extrusion of your skeleton. That's awfully sensual. Yuri said he can savor me. What? Who said that? You feel naked, being almost as closely observed as an insect strung up with pins.
You're the last one, you know. I've gotten everyone else. You're the only one remaining now. But I bet you knew that already, didn't you?
The handle slides down all the way to your lower back, taking his sweet time taunting and tantalizing you before bumping lightly against your tailbone, as if it may play a musical tone. Instead, The action feels hollow and sends a shock through your skeletal structure, like a skeleton chattering its teeth one final time before coming apart and falling to the ground.
I'm surprised that you made it this far. If I'm being honest with you, I didn't have too much faith in the beginning, but you changed my mind. You made all of this interesting again. Not an easy feat, if I might remind you. You are stuck here, permanently. But maybe there is something new that can be found here.
You don't remember this type of action while playing IDV?
Something more interesting than just an easy kill.
You feel your hair yank your head back. Your eyes widening by the abrupt pull at your scalp. Ow! A couple steps away, you see the dungeon.
Look, there it is. Exactly what you're looking for.
Escaping Fool's Gold, you dash in the direction of the dungeon. You're gonna make it! As you near the dungeon, you look back at Fool's Gold, hoping to see him fuming and angry, but instead, you look back just in time to see his pickaxe whiz past your head and slam into a rock nearby. An inch to the right, and you would have been a goner. Not very good at your aim, huh? Are you sure you want to make this man angry? You get only an irritated growl and a twitch of the lip in response. Sliding to the edge of the open hatch, you come to a stop. If you were going to win this, you wanted to at least give Fool's Gold something to remember you by. You turn around to face him fully. As he charges toward you, you strike a taunting pose. Hi, Fool's Gold. See ya. Just before you fall backwards into the open hatch, Fool's Gold is upon you. You thought you would have just a few more seconds to make your exit, but it seems you were wrong. A rocky claw slices through your abdomen, spraying stuffing everywhere. Oh, why? No, it should take 2 hits for you to go down. Not... Wait, detention. You forgot about detention. You crumple to one side of the hatch, your torso severed crudely in half. No! Come on, you're so close. It's 'cause I shot at him, isn't it? I should have kept running.
Don't ever try to fool me with some shitty tricks. I like to play, but don't think for a second that I ever lose sight of the goal. Jeopardize my win and you're a goner. Unless I like you. And in this case, I really despise you. It's a shame. Maybe you would have posed an exciting challenge if you played your cards a little differently.
His expression feigns sympathy, mocking you as your vision begins to blur and your mind starts to shut down. Just as Milky shows up, it's just in time for me to die. Why, Milky?
Oh well, too late now. Maybe next time.
I got a bad ending, how dare. We're loading. Taking the opportunity, you quickly run for it, trying as hard as possible to remain light on your feet. Leaping through a couple closely positioned gaps in a decaying shack, you then turn quickly to your left and find a locker. Finally, a win for once. You graze your hand over the cold metal surface, and chancing a short glance back in the direction of Fool's Gold, see that he is nowhere in sight. Okay, this is good. This is a good sign. Perfect. This would be a good chance to reorient yourself and figure out a new course of action. All right, we got to make a new plan, okay? Return to the cipher Fool's Gold now knows you're after, or look for the dungeon. You dive into the locker with only the smallest of squeaks, confining you to a claustrophobic darkness. Waiting a few moments, you hear nothing. Your shoulders slowly begin to relax a bit, and with them, you let out a small exhale. He had to have gone in another direction by now. You were alone, and might finally have a chance to catch your breath.
Found you.
Peering through the open slats of your lockers, the gruesomely handsome face of Fool's Gold. Gruesomely handsome. A grin plastered on his face, as usual.
Did you miss me?
No, why would I do that when you're always here? Real. He opens the locker swiftly, with a methodology that tells you that he has done it many times before. For a moment, the sudden light from outside blinds your eyes and envelops his body in pure shadow. Then you hear one of his clawed hands slam the back of the locker just above your head. Ah, Cowboy Dawn! He has you pinned.
Because I am always here.
He leans down, his breath once again hot in your face. You could get used to this, the shivers that it sends up your spine, and the heat that it causes to rush to your cheeks. This time he's deathly close, closer than ever before. If he wanted to, he could kill you at any moment, now with ease.
How cute you are like this. I could do this all day, chasing you, cornering you, killing you, over and over and over again, just to see your flustered face every time I happen to get too close.
Oh my! He almost completely closes the gap between you two. The close proximity allowing you to feel the greasy strands of his hair on your cheeks and forehead, his lips almost eclipsing yours. Why does it have to be greasy?
Why are you so nervous? And don't tell me you're scared. I can tell that this is something different.
We're not scared. Our heart is racing for a whole nother reason. His eyes dart around, searching your face, like he's trying to find the answer there. You can't even respond. Your chest is so tight that it's preventing you from muttering even a single word in response. His eyes suddenly catch on the cut he had left on your cheek when he had previously caressed your face.
It seems I have left you quite the gift, Rue. Does it sting? I bet it does. But you like it, don't you?
Are we a masochist or something?
The thrill of it all, oh, I know it invigorates you. I saw the way you reacted to my touch when you ran off. You were excited.
No, I wasn't. Yes, I was. You keep running until you're out of breath and your legs are sore. You could no longer hear the sounds of the crows, as you usually would when scrambling from cipher to cipher. In fact, you haven't heard any other noises for quite a long time now. It fills you with dread and somehow makes you even more on edge than usual. Your game with Fool's Gold had grown into a sort of rhythmic dance. Cipher, hide, listen, wait, run. All right, it's time for another choice. Yuri says exactly why I would never survive in this world. Like, are you scared? Nah, Pookie, I'm into this kind of freaky thing. Listen, okay? You might survive. If you can riz him up and he doesn't want to kill you, you know. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to riz him up. I'm gonna save it again. And I I'm gonna try the treasure chest again. Okay, because maybe he'll rescue me this time, and maybe he actually likes me. Without warning, you feel the iron grip of fool's gold envelop you. For a moment, you think that he's about to crush you, dooming you to another pitiful loss. But instead, you feel him hoist you up into his arms without so much as a grunt. He pulled us out of the trapped treasure chest, and now he's holding us in his arms. Oh, it's so romantic. You're so high up compared to the eye level you were at before. No wonder he could spot you so easily from all your hiding places. What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
Helping the enemy.
Oh, and you would rather die then, allowing the hunter to win, like so many other times before.
He grins, because he knows he's right. Well, maybe it would be better than getting your pity points.
That's what you think this is, my pity. I don't spare such a foul thing.
Fool's Gold stops right before the dungeon hatch, still holding you in his arms and looking closely at your face. His look is impossible to read, neither admiration nor scorn in his expression. Is it impossible? Look at how much he's blushing. He's bright red. It's not until he leans in close and waits expectantly that you know what that look means. The kiss is brief and cold, almost as if you were kissing stone, making the moment feel oddly foreign and out of reach. He kissed me! Oh my gosh, we're kissing the monster. But through the frigidity, there is an embedded hunger for the hunt that you both share. Hunger for the hunt. And that you feel come out in the way you kiss each other. We're like, making out with a monster man. Yes. I didn't think we were going to be making out like this, Yuri. I'm going to be honest. I didn't expect this turn of events. I want to continue searching, chasing, hiding, fighting, fleeing, and best case scenario, winning. As he drops you from his arms into the open hatch of the dungeon, you find yourself eager to re-enter the game despite the danger. Maybe because we have the hots for a monster who's made out of fool's gold. You once feared the loop, but now you can't wait for it to start again. Good ending. Thank you for playing. We got the good ending because we rizzed him up, Yuri. We made out with this man. Hardcore. Yes, we did. Wow. Hot. Thank you, Azure X Twilight. I got a thumbs up. Good for me. I got the good ending. Well, I got a good ending and the bad ending. I think I got both endings. We played the whole thing, I think. That was a fun game, Yuno. Good job. I enjoyed it. I have not played the game that it's based on, but it sounds like a fun time. But mostly I like the story. I like the monster romance story. I like the enemies to lovers. You love how completionist I am. I can't help it, Azure X Twilight, okay? I love to collect endings. I love to collect CGs, and I am a total completionist. Why stop now? I managed to not die. I know. I'm proud of myself. I didn't die for once, though I did die the first time. As is per my usual, I usually get the bad ending first. But I did get the best ending, okay? I made out with a monster man and it was hot. Real. And we're probably gonna jump right back into this maze. Okay, we're gonna play this game again just so that maybe we can make out with a monster man again. That's the goal. That's what winning really is. Making out with a monster, okay? That's winning in my book. Well, if you had fun, consider giving this stream a like, consider giving me a subscribe. And guess what, Stunners? We're gonna do a whole lot more of this. More romance, more trash, more visual novels, more questionable decisions, and more dating and romancing fictional characters, whether they're monsters, tsunderes, sociopaths, yanderes, or cinnamon rolls. We like 'em all.